and listening, be ready to get underway.
Exactly. So welcome to you if you are tuned into the TDFL live stream this afternoon. Again, the qualifying final here at Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve. We're shooting for a top of 18 degrees. Cool breeze, isn't it, Chris, coming across the ground?
Yeah, it is. It's not favouring one side or the other, Lukey, but it's a really swirling breeze out there, so I think it will affect the play today. Expect both sides to go down the wings a lot. I reckon down the guts is going to be quite difficult, and it's going to be hard for the key forwards to mark today, I reckon, with that swirling breeze.
Yeah, obviously the Boxall boys up forward for Chilton have been outstanding all year. That'll be a bit harder for them, so looking for a big game out of them. But if we have a look at the Mac Jack stats sheet today, with players we're going to keep a close eye on. For Chilton, we're looking at Ben Mason in the middle, Tom Brasher and Kyle Cooper. And for the Beechworth boys, we've got Brenton Surrey, Tom Cartledge and Campbell Fendick as well. So looking for a big game from those boys to light up the Mac Jack stats sheet. Yeah, beautiful. As Fricky said, brought to you by Mac Jack Stats, great sponsors of the TDFL finals this year. Chris Mitchell, brought to you by Albury Wodonga MG. And the pre-game brought to you by Bridge Road Brewers here on TDFL.
All right, quickly, boys. We're about to get underway. A quick tip from you both.
I'd have to go with Chilton. Obviously been the form side all year, but only in a close one. Chris, a couple of goals in it. Yourself, Lukey?
I'll go with Chilton as well, Freaky, but I haven't seen these two teams play live this season, so looking forward to a great contest.
I'm going to go something different. I'm going to go the Bushies today.
You love your alpine little Myrtleford up there, don't you?
I do.
Rightio. So we've got McCarthy and also Meyer, the two big men out in the middle. The umpire just waiting for the crowd to clear the ground. It is a big one, don't worry about that. And we're not far off the start here. Here we go. Big prize on offer, the winner to advance to the grand final on Saturday, September 17. And Brad Hibberson straight out of the middle for the Swans, a good start. And straight to Reese Ritchie. So that was nice from the Swans. Crisp. And Reese is going to load up in the 40 Guernsey and sends it long towards the Lockhart's Gap Road end. And it's down towards the pocket. And players searching for it at ground level. Kick off the ground. It was Nick Brasher. Just picked it up with a quick boot. Worked its way back to the pocket. Tom Cartledge. He's grabbed in a tackle
I think he might be going,
by Bodie Hibberson.
Yep, he's gone.
Yep. Tried to fend off the tackler there, and great reward for effort.
So here's Bodie Hibberson in the 2 Guernsey today. Brad Hibberson in 11. Now he is hard up against the boundary here. Tough shot for him. What can Bodie do? Right boot. Gee, likes it. I tell you what, boys, we've got a Sunjan goal of the day to open the scoring. And the Swannies draw first blood here at Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve. They are 1 straight 6 to Beechworth yet to score as we go to Brad Freak on the Mac Jack stats.
Yeah, and 1 inside 50 for 1 goal. How good was that work by Scotty Meyer in the middle of the ground there to give the tap out to the other Hibberson in there, in Brad Hibberson, and hit Reese Ritchie up early. Just showed his class and showed why he's the Bart medalist for this year.
Mark Doolan also did well to keep that ball in and hand pass it back into the danger zone there. And obviously, Bodie Hibberson, what a tackle, and rewarded with that with a great kick.
Meyer McCarthy back in the middle. And the Swans, so that was Brad Hibberson going in hard. So Gary for Beechworth, ball at the bottom of the pack. And the umpire's going to have it. Be able to hear the breeze too. Probably coming through the atmosphere.
Wow,
Mike here. Van Cleveren's been given the free kick. So the Swans have it off half back and they move it up to half forward. But Tom Cartledge is back there for Beechworth. There was a poor turnover by the Swans. And he sends it up towards the arc of the 50. Armstrong going back. And so too was Tom Brasher, and the ball has gone out of bounds. Opening term here, brought to you by Elders Albury, super sponsors of TDFL footy. In the finals for this year, Tom Cartledge. That's Eddie Cartledge in the 10 Guernsey today. And the Swannies out of the contest. Here's Brad Hibberson again. He's been busy early up towards centre wing. High ball. And then going back is Braden Carey. Just put the ball down to ground. Tom Cartledge comes through again, has a second bite at it.
Been prolific early, hasn't he, Tom Cartledge?
He certainly has. And then off to Belchi, left foot. Tumbling pump ball towards a half-forward flank. Stevens. Now here's Middleton. Try to get it back to Stevens. And then coming through is Brooks.
Great pick up there by the Swans.
Back to Mason it was. And then Fendick gets one of his first touches. And then Braden Surrey goes to half forward, but the Swannies win it. And they come away. And they're on centre wing at the moment through Kyle Cooper. And he goes with a high ball inside 50, sending it up towards Doolan territory. Couple of bites and put it down. Ball at ground level. And then Kate Surrey weaves his way through for Beechworth and just gets them out of trouble. Out towards Stevens, a tumbling ball. A good contest out there. It's going to have it as we go to Bradford.
Been really strong early, as you touched on there, Chris. So he's had 2 disposals early, 3 in hit-outs already for Scotty Meyer to start in the ruck, really dominating that area of the game.
Fendick and Brent Surrey. And then back to Connor Stone for the Bushrangers, and they go in with the long one. Armstrong, he's taken it. So good mark by Lockie Armstrong. So the Bushrangers will get their first shot on the sticks to the Sandy Creek Road end, Brad Freak. Nice footy.
Yeah, really good ball movement there to get it out the back of the pack, get some space and get it out to Fendick and be able to deliver inside 50. Really nice strong mark there by Armstrong in the forward 50. Hopefully get the first one on the board for the Bushrangers.
Yeah, great big dukes there. He works really hard up the ground, obviously rewarded there, but going to line up nearly directly in front here for the Bushies.
So what can Lockie Armstrong do? Can the Bushrangers pull level? It's going to cross the face of goal, and it's gone through for 1 behind on the Commercial Club scoreboard.
It's a pretty even start, boys, isn't it, really? I mean, both sides have had their chances in front of goal, but, yeah, the stuff between the 250 arcs is where it's going to be won or lost today. Absolutely.
So Chilton leads 6-1 on the Commercial Club scoreboard. Again, the opening turn brought to you by Elders Aubrey, Swannies. Kyle Cooper takes the mark just outside defensive 50. He wants to wheel and go pretty quickly down towards centre wing. And Malcolm in front in the contest. Ethan Boxall is now retreating to his position as we go to you, Chriso, for Aubrey Wodonga MG.
Looks like Brent Ryan might have been, who's at number 6? I think Maslam's got the big job on Boxall, so obviously leading goal kicker in the comp with 72 from 14 games, Boxall this year.
McCarthy down in front. Kyle Cooper, he's pushed out of bounds by Fendick, and it was a fair push too, Freaky. Got him into the fence there.
Yeah, absolutely. The fence is pretty close here. Like someone in the crowd might have to hold him back.
That's it. So Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak and Luke Francis on qualifying flying day. Final day at TDFL footy. Hope you're enjoying the live stream this afternoon on a cracking day. Absolute beauty, as we said. Just prior out shooting for a top of 18 degrees this afternoon. So we've got a contest just left of centre wing. On the broadcast side, Meyer did well to get rid of McCarthy and got it out the back. Brad Hibberson again, left foot, sends it up towards the edge of the 50. But Surrey is back there, and that's Cade. And the Bushrangers, well, that was too easy, Chris Mitchell.
Yeah, it was. Cade Surrey's made a career out of picking those high balls off. Obviously, had a great game last week and has started where he lifted off from the week before.
Tom Cartledge, nice delivery to Middleton, and Middleton just winds up with a high ball, going for Armstrong again. Ball out the back, though, and Lappin has taken a good mark for the Swans, and he wants to move it quickly.
Well set up there behind the ball. The Swans outnumbered him 2-1 and just edged him under the ball.
Tom Brasher coming very wide, looking for Curtis. Bouncing ball, gets his hands to it, close to the line, copped a high one. Around the shoulders, the umpire said. So Fendick is giving away a free here. And Curtis to take the ball here. Let's go to Brad Freak for Matt Jack.
Tom Brasher started really well for the Chilton Swans. He's up to 4 disposals early in this first quarter, inside the first 5, just outside of the first 5 minutes.
So let's see what Curtis can do. Sean with the ball. Back flank for the Swannies. And he runs on now. Gets it up towards centre wing. Meyer is there. Malcolm came over the back. Cooper has been busy for the Swannies. And a ball again out of bounds. Almost on true centre wing, just left of the interchange gates. Opening term here, and we've almost gone 6 minutes on the Jappo Donks time clock. So we're pumping their tyres up today, Jappo Donks. Great sponsors, guys. I did, Chris. It had to happen, didn't it?
Oh, I love it.
Connor Stone swung around in the tackle, and he's gone.
You've been working on that all week, or?
Well, sadly, I probably have. Yeah.
Good fella, old Simo, and great sponsor here.
Tom Brasher.
TDFL finals.
That's it. And then Curtis, long ball inside 50. High one. Nick Brasher, well, thought even though he marked that. The umpire happy to take it. And we will have a stoppage how are the inside 50s looking, Freaky, on the MacJack stats?
3 to Chilton, 2 to Beechworth early in the game, so Chilton are looking to try and take advantage of it while they get in there.
Beautiful. Ethan Boxall has kicked an absolute ripper.
Sunjan goal of the day.
Absolutely. And a Taipower Wodonga player of the day. That is an absolute gem from Ethan Boxall. A left foot banana.
What a goal.
Swinging through the sticks to the Lockhart Gaps Road end. Freaky, what a beauty.
That came out of nowhere, boys. I just thought it was a little bit of a scrum of plays there, and all of a sudden there was a beautiful left foot snap straight through the middle of the goals. Absolutely outstanding work there by Ethan Boxall. Showed all his class, didn't he, Luke? He was the leading goal kicker in the competition as well. So really good start here for the Swans.
That's right. So 2 straight 12 on the Commercial Club scoreboard. Beechworth 1 point as we see the first term in play here. And the first quarter sponsored by Elders Albury. Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak and Luke Francis. Hopefully we're crossing down very shortly to Scott Scooter Fraser and catching up with him for the Charcoal Kings. But I tell you what, no excuses today. Couldn't blame it on the conditions, that is for sure. McCarthy, left tap away. Fender going after it. Eddie Cartledge getting taken off the ball. High kick going forward now for the Bushrangers. Ball hits the deck. Swannies repel it. They come wide. Brad Hibberson a little bit too tall for him. And the ball has gone out of bounds on the edge of the interchange gates. So we will have a boundary throw in this opening term. That breeze picking up a little, Freaky.
Yeah, it's been a nice breeze all day too. But as you said earlier, Lukey, not really favouring one side. Sort of just swirling across the middle of the ground.
Tom Cartledge. And the Swannies working away. Mitchell Hemming there as well. Brent Surrey ends up with it. The umpire is going to take it again. So again, another stoppage here. Chris Mitchell for Albury Wodonga MG.
Lukey, Brent Surrey been a little bit quiet there.
He's had the 2 early touches but haven't been really influential on the game as yet. Look to build into it.
Yep.
Swans through Reece Ritchie. Left foot. A bit of a wobbler. And that one, in fact, is going to be out on the full. So Beechworth will get it through. Brent Ryan moves it quickly to Brent Surrey. So that's his 3rd on the MacJack stats now.
On cue for you,
Chris. He must have heard me.
That's it.
I go back a long way with Brent Surrey. He kicked me out of the Wang Magpies A-grade cricket side. So, yeah, never forgot him.
Oh, there you go. With bat or ball, Chris?
Keeping, actually.
Oh, yeah. there you go.
He won us a premiership, so I can't begrudge him for that.
Do you reckon Crusoe's held on to that one?
How many years ago was that one, Chris?
Oh, a couple. Good 10 odd.
Very good.
Ripping fella and good footy player for Beechworth.
Flat throw in the umpire is going to, field umpire is going to ask the boundary umpire to have another crack at it. So 12-1 here on the Commercial Club scoreboard. Swannies up, early days. And then Carey swung around Braden, he was pinging with it, and then playing on was Kyle Cooper as they went inside 50. Both teams working away for it, ball at ground level. And that one's going to be wrapped up. And we will have another stoppage, Chris Mitchell for Albury Wodonga MG.
Really miserly last week defence of effort against Kiwa, wasn't it, for Beechworth? And obviously they started like that again today. Their pressure on the Chilton forwards was phenomenal.
Absolutely. We'll cross down to Scott Scooter Fraser very shortly for the Charcoal Kings. And see what's happening down there. In fact, we might see if we got him now. Scotty, welcome into you, mate. You're down there on ground level.
Boys finally arrived. Great to join you, and what a beautiful day we've got here at Sandy Creek.
Absolute cracker. Scotty, that wasn't your convertible Mustang out the front, was it? We saw one as we just pulled in on the Kylie and Kev bus.
Pretty sure we've got sponsors Albury Wodonga MG on board for the final series, so it's probably one of their vehicles.
That's it. And here we go. So stoppage again inside 50 for Lockhart Gaps Road end. And then coming through was Tom Cartledge. And then Doolan off to Reece Ritchie, right foot, sends it long, high ball across the face. Look at the breeze get hold of that. That's gone out of bounds on the full.
It was about a 60-metre kick, wasn't it? Just kept going.
It certainly was.
Now they've got to keep them hemmed in here, Chilton.
And a long ball out by Beechworth.
And they will do that through Scotty Meyer.
Yeah, so the Barton medalist for this season. The big man, left foot, low ball, drills it inside 50 and a nice mark taken. So the Swannies have got it, and they'll have a shot now And I tell you what, they've set up this would be a handy break if they were to kick it. So Kyle McGee, well, he'll be about 50 out by the time he makes contact with his footy.
Just really sliced it off the boot, didn't he, Scotty Meyer? I don't know if that's where he intended to go, but yeah, directly in front of goal. This will be a big one for the Swans if they can get it.
Let's see what Kyle can do. They're shooting for their third. Swinging back nicely, is it? No, too far. And it's gone across the face of goal. Back down to you, Scotty, for the Charcoal Kings. What's news down there, mate?
Look, boys, you can see on the wing here, Middleton's come up to meet this ball, and you look at the mismatch Tristan Radley's on him, there's about a foot difference, so if they can get it to Middleton, they're on.
Kate Surrey along centre wing, and then on to Carey. So this is Dane Carey playing in the 4 Guernsey today. He's got the aqua wheels on, and then sort of come off the side of the boot, that one is going to be turned over. Switch deep. He's not going to go with that. He's going to go further down the line. Beautiful kick, nice delivery to Bodie Hibberson, and he wants to spear it into the middle. And he gets it to Vandermeer, and they've got a man on out wide. The Swannies. Yep, Van Claveren on this occasion.
Overlapping runner there too. And
then low ball, nice. Good hit, finding Ethan Boxall, but he is a long way from home. So they're going well here. Chilton 2-1-13. Leads the solitary point on the Commercial Club scoreboard. First turn brought to you by Elders Aubrey. Scott Fraser, Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak and Luke Francis with you. This is the TDFL Finals live stream. We hope you're enjoying the action. Ethan, well, he wants to lay it off. Out into the direction of Chris Anderson. And ball comes firing back in, a high one. And Brad Ibbison, in fact, Vandermeer's taken the mark. Inside 50. So, I tell you what, they're getting on top here early. Chilton, Chris Mitchell for Albury Wodonga MG.
They're finding lots of gaps in the Beechworth defensive half at the moment, and just able to slice them open. Obviously, another goal here would really hurt this first quarter chance from Beechworth. They just need to stem the bleed, I think, at the moment, Freaky.
Yeah, on the Mac Jack Shed stat sheet, they're dominating all the team stats at the moment. 8 inside 50s to 3.
Jaden Vandermeer. Sabi, 25 out. Virtue directly in front. Has he got it? He's got it all right. Don't worry about that. The Swannies get their third, and they are going nicely. Brad Freak on the what's happening on the Matt Jack stats, I should say.
Yeah, as I touched on, they're just dominating all the team stats at the moment. Obviously, 8 inside 50s to 3. The hitouts are 6 to 3. Marks inside 50s 4 to 1. So Swans have been able to get the ball in their hands more regularly, give their midfielders more time and space, and they're spread from contests as well. As Chriso touched on there, their overlap run's been outstanding to start this game.
They haven't allowed Beechworth to exit that defensive 50, hasn't it? It's breaking off across half forward. They need Ed Cartledge and Brenton Surrey, obviously Braden Carey, to get their hands on it a bit more.
McGee in the ruck now versus McCarthy. Brent Surrey. And then working well was Tom Brasher. Ball. Belchi picks it up. Brad Hibberson's got him, brings him down in a tackle. And again, we'll have another stoppage. Scooter, seeing some of those high balls really getting carried away by the breeze. Some of the players might have to lower their kicks a little.
Certainly are, and it is going slightly towards Chilton's end, and you see a missed inside 50 by Carey of Beechworth. 5 quality possessions later, and the Swans have got a goal.
That's it. Armstrong with it. Left foot on the boot, heading towards the goal square. Middleton, he's got it.
Big Dukes.
Yeah, Middleton's taken a good mark against Radley.
That's that matchup I was talking about, boys.
The mismatch, isn't it, Scotty?
Yep, there's about a foot difference in Radley and Middleton.
Yeah, there you go.
Have they got an alternative? That's the question.
That's it. This man is a tall footy player, isn't he?
Although it hasn't been getting down there enough, has it? So that's the key for Beechworth at the moment.
So what can Jai do? Well, they need this one, Beechworth. The Swannies on top, early days. Jai comes in. He's blown it. And you probably heard from the crowd, they told the story.
Getting into them too, the Swans, as you would.
That's it. TDFL live stream qualifying final day. That's Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve. As we said, the winner will claim a spot in this year's Tallangatta League District Grand Final. McGee on half back and then moves it on to Kyle Cooper again, and they go up towards the half forward flank. Ball's found its way out of bounds. And we will have a boundary throw-in.
Scotty Myers push forward there, guys. Brendan's Cade Surrey on him. Great matchup, that one. So the ruckman trying to stretch the defence there for the Bushies.
Absolutely. Centre wing, far side. Brad Hibberson, right foot down the line, heading towards Malsom and also Vandermeer. And again, the ball has found its way out of bounds. So Scott Fraser, Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak and Luke Francis with you here for the final. And what is just absolutely perfect conditions. Ground looks immaculate. And another whistle here. We might have another boundary throw in. Again, a take two as we go back to Freaky on the Magic stats.
Tom Brasher up to 6 disposals early. He's been really influential. Kyle Cooper as well has had 3 disposals. For the Beechworth side of things, Tom Cutledge is up to 5 disposals for the Bushrangers on the Mac stat sheet.
How are those inside 50s looking now, Freaky?
Yeah, still well in favour of Chilton, 10 now to 4.
Yeah, there you go. Contest, and Vandermeer brought down in a tackle. He's going to get it. Free kick. So again, they'll have another shot on goal here. Forward pocket at the Lockhart's Gap Road end on the far side. And Scotty, this would be a very good start of this football game for the Chilton Swans.
And a perfect position to be having a shot at goal with that wind behind him. So right-hand goal post, and it should go straight through the middle.
Yeah, that's right. So Breeze at his back. Let's see what he does here. Jaden Vandermeer looking at a goal for the Swannies. Steers it, and that one also has gone across the face, but it's gone through for 1 minus score. So 20 plays 2 on the Commercial Club scoreboard. And we've almost gone 8.5 on the Japo Donks time clock. Opening term here as Beechworth bring it out, looking for McCarthy. Big defensive fist by McGee. And the ball has gone out of bounds. Chris Mitchell, as we go to you for Albury-Wodonga MG.
And Scooter mentioned it before, but great work rate for Middleton working up the ground as well, going far and wide for his kicks at the moment.
He obviously needs to be that lead-up target when they're kicking out from full back.
Boundary umpire about to hurl it back into play. McCarthy, McGee. McCarthy goes again and just puts it on the boot. A hack kick high in the air. Comes down. And then Brasher had a crack at it. That was Tom. Ball again at ground level. And again, we'll have another stoppage. Virtually true centre wing on the broadcast side. Wonderful crowd here today. And they're all looking forward to a good, tight contest. So are we. TDFL final series. Hope you're enjoying the action wherever you may be tuning to the live stream. Cooper. Again, she's been good in this opening term. How many now, Freaky, on the Matt Jack stats?
4 disposals for Cooper.
Okay, so I thought it might have been more, to be honest. And he thumps it down towards the arc of the 50. Good contest down there. And the ball out of bounds. Where do you think this game will be won, Scotty, for the Charcoal Kings as this game gets longer?
Well, I guess the breeze is going to play a little bit of a part if Beechworth can have a crack at it in the second quarter. But if it dies off and Chilton keep up this intensity, they might just keep that lead. Yeah,
that's it. So it is handy at the moment. There's no doubt about that. They've had a few shots on the sticks. 3-2-20 to 2 points. And they get a long ball going forward now for Chilton, and that one's gone across the face of goal. And again through for 1 minus score. So they've got to string some possessions together here, Beechworth. Got to try and hold the footy. Now, Tom Cartledge is leading out strongly. Here goes Connor Stone. They're aiming towards him, and also Cade Surrey. Connor Stone got one hand to it. Ball over the back. Radley goes in for Chilton. And Tom Brasher and Meyer and also Connor Stone on their feet. And the umpire is going to call for it. So again, a stoppage here. We've had a few in the opening term. Play stagnant. Meyer. Cooper. Copped a high one. And he will get the free kick. So Will Love got him high. They go inboard the Swannies. The ball now is with Hemming. Cooper wanted it back. He ignored him. Nice kick into Doolan. And that is a beauty. And this man, well, what a footballer he was for the Wodonga Raiders in the O&M. Chris Mitchell for Wodonga MG.
Absolute superstar. He can't have long left in those legs. They've kicked a few goals and seen plenty of footy grounds, but he's been an absolute superstar. Obviously pushed forward in his later career. Was an outstanding midfielder, but holds the hopes for Chilton in the finals too, I reckon. Hasn't played many games this year though.
Here he goes, Mark. He's going to have a shot on the sticks. Look at him bring that back with the breeze. Oh, that is an absolute gem. We'll put that down as a Sunjan goal of the day as well. Class.
It's like he heard Scooter Fraser tell him what he had to do.
Exactly. Freaky on the Mad Jack stats.
Yeah, Chilton absolutely dominating this game everywhere that we have a look at the moment, and especially the team stats. 11 inside 50s to 4. Obviously, the breezes are currently playing a big part in it. Hit outs at 8 to 4 as well. Marks inside 52 to 5 in favour of Chilton as well. As we touched on, Tom Brasher's getting away from Bushrangers here. He's up to 9 disposals already, and Kyle Cooper, as you touched on, Luke, he's had the 5.
Scott Fraser, what a strike of the footy there it was from Doolin, an absolute ripper.
It was just as good as his lead that came from the goal square, boys. So good to see Dool's working that hard. Obviously that calf muscle is not giving him any trouble at the moment.
Ryan across to Connor Stone, and then he wants to come out to centre wing. Stevens was out there with Reece Ritchie, ball out of bounds. And again, we'll have another boundary throw-in. So a good strong contest in the opening term. Brent Surrey getting ready to come back onto the ground for the Bushrangers. Fendick makes his way to the pine. Here we go, contest just down in front of us. Meyer and also Will Love. Eddie Cartledge overran the ball. And then again at ground level, Kyle Cooper, he's been busy in this opening term. I'll tell you what, boys, his Guernsey's looking pretty dirty. I don't know if he's washed it from a couple of weeks ago. Meyer.
Maybe that's his superstition.
Maybe
Don't
it
wash
is.
it during the finals.
Exactly.
He hasn't had a final yet, though, so that goes out the window.
No, don't want to be tagging him today. And the ball again out just adjacent from him. So opening term have almost gone 24 minutes. And the Japo Donks time clock, great sponsors of TDFL final series. And then a contest in the middle. Jacobson came over the top. And then Eddie Cartledge at the bottom. Swannies win it. They come out to Brad Hibbison, trying to weave through track it.
Bit cleaner, aren't they?
Go back to Nick Stevens. They are. And now Cooper picks it up and weaves his way around, gets it on the boot. He's looking for Doolin and just dropped it. And Beechworth good enough to come away from the back line. Wild old kick though. Meyer dishes off to Brad Hibbison, and then Hibbison, he wants to go very wide. They take it on the arc of the 50.
Oh, he played on, surely.
Oh, yeah. So was Bodie Hibbison off?
Yeah,
he's called it.
So too.
Yep. So he won't get a shot on goal. So there it is. Opening term of the qualifying final at Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve. And at the first term break, it is Chiltern 4-3-27, leading Beechworth 2 points as we get to a break. Returning shortly. Stick with us.
Cadmac, the name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona loves steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region, and they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steel work to structural steel work. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all, from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chilton Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Dallinger Road, Lavington.
drag it, drop it, crop it, play it, write it, space it, and erase it. Drag
Need a computer that won't crash? Need your Wi-Fi turbocharged? Need better data backup? Whatever you need your computer to do, Wangaratta Computers will help you do it better. Because that's what we do best. And we can do it in-store or at your home. So get your tech working better at wangarattacomputers.com.au.
write it, space it, and erase it.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona loves steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region. And they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steel work to structural steel work. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chilton Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Dallinger Road, Lavington.
The name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.
Keeping them in a long time.
Very upset.
And welcome back everyone to Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve on Saturday the 3rd of September. It is qualifying final day between the Chilton Swans and Beechworth Bushrangers, and at quarter time it sees Chilton leading 4-3-27 to Beechworth's 2 points on the Commercial Club scoreboard. Boys, what did you think of the first term? Firstly to Chris Mitchell for Albury Wodonga MG.
Yeah, thanks, Lukey. It's obviously all to play for Beechworth in this second quarter. Obviously, the breeze played a fair bit of a part as well. So, looking forward to their getting their hands on the footy a little bit more in the midfield. I think when they spread, they look pretty good. They get it down to Middleton and Armstrong. Obviously, those guys are great targets up there for the Bushies. Just not getting it down there enough at the moment. And the ball living in the forward 50 for Chilton, and that pressure that they're able to put on, that defensive forward pressure, is really telling at the moment.
Absolutely. We'll see if we can pick up Scotty Scooter Fraser down at ground level for the Charcoal Kings. Scotty, are you with us, mate? How'd you go down there on ground level?
Yeah, boys. Tom Cartledge kept the Bushies in there for quite a while. Pretty disappointed in that first quarter, not scoring a goal. Ironically, both coaches made notice of a 0 goals to Beechworth in that first quarter, and brought up last week that what Beechworth did to Kiwa Sandy Creek, not scoring a goal in the first half. So Luke Brooks was pretty vocal about that lead, trying to keep it. And as you can see on the Duns Twin City Cranes flags, boys, the wind is now coming across the ground, so may have limited that little bit of breeze heading into Beechworth's forward line.
Scott Fraser brought to you by the Charcoal Kings. Let's go to Freaky on the Matt Jack stats. What was a standout stat from the opening term, Freaky?
It'd have to be the inside 50s there, Luke. 13-4 in favour of the Chilton Swans. Absolutely dominant, as Scooter touched on there, with the breeze favouring their end. But now it looks like it might be a little bit more across the ground. So Beechworth are hoping to use that. The other standout stat would be Tom Brasho. He's on 9 disposals on our stat sheet, being probably the best player on the ground so far, with Scotty Meyer and the ruck for mine for the Swans.
This is the TDFL live stream on qualifying final day. Second term brought to you by Lawrence's Furniture One. And we're about to go again. Here we go. Meyer and McCarthy. And, well, Meyer got a clear left-hand tap to it. Eddie Cartledge going in. Cole Cooper and now Fendick on the right boot for the Bushrangers. High ball going back. Nice mark. A good one by Chris Anderson. Did well and then pushes it wide to Mason. Mason did a 360 and then left boot down the line. Nice to McGee. And they play on. This is good footy from the Swans. And they want to move it in quickly. And a nice mark taken by Ethan Boxall. Kicked an absolute gem in the first term. An absolute Sunjan goal of the day. Let's see what Ethan can do from here. So he's at the Sandy Creek Road end. And goes in, nice footy. And he's found Nick Brasher. And that was, well, nice to watch, Chris Mitchell, for Wodonga MG.
Didn't hit another Beechworth player. I think there was about 5 unchanged links there for Chilton. They made it look quite easy with their hit-up forwards as well, and the quick handballs. They look quite silky at the moment, Freaky.
Yeah, they continue their great work. They're 8 marks inside 50 for Chilton on the Mad Jack stat sheet as well, so the delivery's been great.
So Nick Brasher, this will give the Swans their 5th and a dream start of the second term. Has he got it, Nick? It's a behind to the far side, so he misses. And Chilton applying the pressure early in this second term. So Mousom to take the kick out here for the Bushies.
Doesn't have many options, does he?
He doesn't, Chriso, but he finds Riley Petts out here, arc of the 50 for the Bushrangers, and he wants to drive it out. Riley goes with a high one down towards centre wing. Armstrong sitting under it, couldn't take it. Kyle Cooper coming through, and he's wrapped up by Fendick and Stevens, and the umpire will have it. True centre wing, Scott Fraser, Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak and Luke Francis with you. TDFL live stream. Pritchard off to Fendick, inside to Eddie Cartledge and on the boot, and they send it forward. Over the back, Armstrong taps it on. Kane Carey. Dane, has he got it? He has. Dane Carey's got the goal. So the Bushies get there first, and Scooter Fraser, didn't the crowd love that for the Charcoal Kings?
What a tap by Armstrong, just to have that awareness that Carey was running along over the back of the pack, and he got on the end of it.
Yeah, well done to Dane. And they've got their first of a Lockhart's Gap Road end as we go to Chris Mitchell for Albury Wodonga MG.
Yeah, great reply there. The first of the quarter, the Bushies, much needed one. Started with that great pickup by Pritchard, who found it Cartledge, and another forward 50 entry for the Bushies.
Reset back in the middle. Eddie Cartledge, Brad Hibberson came tearing through. Brent Surrey did very well. And then back on to Cartledge, bouncing ball in front of Curtis and Belchi. They meet. Mason goes in. Great contest. That was good to watch. I'll tell you what, the crowd getting vocal under us here, Brad Freak.
Yeah, they certainly are. Right in the heart of the Beechworth supporters down here, so probably plenty of advice for the Chilton players out there at the moment.
Exactly, they're up and about now after their opening goal. And good on them. Here's Kyle Cooper.
He's been good, hasn't
he? He has, early. And then sends it in towards Nick Brasher. Blue boots. And they go in for a forward entry here, the Swannies. Now Surrey went up, that was Cade. Ethan Boxall around the body, left foot bouncing. Oh, gee. We could hear the crowd. Just missing and through for 1- score. So, gee, that was close, Chris Mitchell.
It did look like it nearly bounced sort of out, didn't it?
It actually looked like it. I thought it went in from here. Very deceiving. Middleton, centre wing far side. Loads up the big man. Look at that for a high one. And he sent it down towards the Belchi direction. Ball at the back. Players fighting away for the ground level. And it's going to be wrapped up as we go to Brad Freak on the Matt Jack stats.
Tom Cartledge and Campbell Fendick have started really well for the Bushrangers in this quarter. 2 disposals, 2 touches each, and 2 inside 50s early in this quarter as well for Beechworth. Really showing that breeze is playing a bit of a part in this game.
So you think the rotations will just become so important as this game grows older? Scott Fraser for the Charcoal Kings.
Looks like Cade Surrey's been given the job on Reece Ritchie, guys. Hasn't left him since the start of the quarter.
There you go. And Claverin, Kyle Cooper, and went through Nick Stevens. And they play on to Van Claverin and down the wing again. It's turned over and Middleton's taken the mark. So Jai with the ball. And he wants to play on quickly. Sends it to about true centre half forward. And on nice over the back. It was Connor Stone. Read it beautifully. Just beat the pack and got carried. And Connor, look at him. Just really reefs into that one. Swinging towards the pocket. Ball's gone into bounds in front of Lappin. And we will get a boundary throw-in as we go around the grounds. Chris Mitchell.
Yeah, in the Ovens and Murray, obviously, today, the big rivals, Albury and Yarrawonga locking horns in Wangaratta as the Tigers raced out to a 10-point lead, guys, in the second quarter.
Yeah, second term of the TDFL Qualifying final brought to you by Lawrence's Furniture One, and on the Inspiration Paint scoreboard, it is Chilton 29 leading Beechworth 8. Centre wing McCarthy got it off nicely to Tom Cartledge, and they head inside 50. Armstrong couldn't take the mark, just spilled it on that occasion. Stevens wins it back for Beechworth. Ordinary kick going in forward, bouncing ball and getting it away with the Swannies defence, and they come out through Meyer. They send it very wide to the half-back flank. They're away on this occasion. Got a nice mark taken by Cade Surrey on half-back for the Bushies. On to Brent Surrey. So they do have possession, slowing it up. And then a corridor kick to Jacobson. So this is a nice build-up. Some nice low kicks. Middleton is doing some running from one side of the ground to the other. What have they got on Chris Mitchell for Albury Wodonga MG?
Not a lot. There's a lot of Swans in the defensive 50 there, so he might just pop one to the top of the square, but he looks like he might go back and have a ping at this one.
Scotty, you think this one would hold up in the breeze? Here we go. Up to the top of the goal square. Well, not much of a contest down there. There's a whistle. And the free kick is going to... Let's have a look here. What's the umpire decided? Is it going to be a 50? Swannies will win it.
Middleton's clutching at his leg here, guys. Wants to come off. It could be a big blow for the Bushies. Scoot, might get you to have a look at that one in a minute.
Just as he kicked that, he's grabbed the top part of his calf just behind his knee.
Not good.
Okay, we'll go back down to Scotty soon for the Charcoal Kings and get an update on that. Jacobson, Brad Ibbison's got him wrapped up. So this would be a big loss for the Bushies if Jibe Middleton... Well, he's just walking towards the bench.
He's done, boys, I think. You don't just walk off like that.
He's a little stressed, isn't he? Pritchard's coming on and his replacement, so watch that one close. He's going straight under our broadcast position into the sheds. Kyle Cooper tries to keep the ball in play. It's out of bounds, though. As we go back to Freaky on the Mad Jack stats, what do we got now, Freaky?
Yeah, that man Kyle Cooper up to 3 disposals in this quarter. He's up to 10 for the game. He's been really strong. But the Bushrangers midfield starting to heat up here. Tom Cartledge has had 3 and 2 for Brenton Surrey as well.
Ball back into play. Meyer and Love, and then Fendick comes away from the contest out the back, sends it to the half-forward flank for the Bushrangers. Armstrong in pursuit of it. And then, well, Mason did well for the Swans. Beat 1 and 2. And then back to Mason, and he wants to push it wide here to Van Claveren. The Swannies did it nicely coming out of defence. Reece Ritchie, well, his lead was cut off by Brent Ryan, and the Bushrangers have it. And that was a nice mark. Just chipping in. Short ball. Goes up to Stevens. 29 plays 8 on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. Jabbo Donk's time clock has gone 8.5 here, second term. Good afternoon to you, wherever you may be tuned into the action. Scott Fraser, Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak and Luke Francis with you. On a super day. Absolute perfect weather-wise. Shooting for a top of 18 degrees. We'll probably nearly reach that. Belchi ends up with him. Right foot. He's got it. So Alessandro Belchi has kicked a goal, and it was a beauty. Beechworth get their second. And Brad Freak, they're just starting to pick up the Rangers.
They're just starting to get the game a bit on their terms now. We can have a look at the Mad Jack Sheds stat sheet. 7 inside 50s to 2 in this term. It really emphasises how well the breeze is going to that Gap Road end. And they've been able to get it on top, kicking the 2 goals in this term as well.
Yeah, the Gap Road end, clearly the scoring end, guys, isn't it? I think we've had every goal kicked, 6 goals so far up that end. So, yeah, a good start here to the second quarter for the Bushrangers.
Yeah, Alessandro Belchi with the major to the Lockhart's Gap Road end, and Jibe Middleton, as we said, going under our broadcast position into the sheds. Now Fendick out of the middle, here they come again, the Bushrangers, they send it forward. Dane Carey, but Lappin wins it away for the Swans. He's under pressure and then gets it back out the back of the contest, smothered, doing well. It was Dane Carey, off to Pritchard, gets it on the boot hurriedly. Swans brought to ground, and I tell you what, Bushrangers have really clicked up a gear in this second term. Chris Mitchell.
How's the defensive pressure, as the Swans did in the first quarter, but the Bushies have brought that in the second. Don't mind a free kick. Obviously, you don't want to give away 50 metres as they've done here, but that forward pressure, that physicality, they need to bring that.
Exactly. That's what finals footy is all about as we go back down to Scotty Fraser for the Charcoal Kings. Still no sign of Jibe Middleton, Scotty.
No, I walked to the door, boys, and they closed it. Not on me, but just didn't want anyone hearing what was going on. But I did hear Middleton swearing, so I think he might be done.
Yeah, you might have been right on the money there, Scotty, initially when he came straight off. So that'll be very interesting, and it would be a big loss, Chris Mitchell, wouldn't it?
He's been working really hard up the ground. He provides that link, doesn't he? And obviously with the kickouts too, he was providing that marking target.
Yeah, so we'll follow that one closely. Meyer and Love again. Eddie Cartledge just bounced from out of his grasp. Kyle Cooper got reefed off the ball. Umpired him blow the whistle. Play goes on. And then Brent Surrey was just meeting Nick Brasher. And the ball goes forward, tumbling for Chilton. McGee couldn't take it. Brent Ryan did well. And then back to Cade Surrey. Rushed on the boot to Tom Cartledge. He's got Brent Surrey shepherding for him. Back to Brent Ryan. Left foot. Oh, how far's that gone? Ball out of bounds. No, it is a marker. Will we pay? They steer it inboard to Fendick. So this is a good build-up from the Rangers. And this ball game is starting to open up. There's no doubt about that. McCormick down the line to Belchi. Oh, well met. Swannies do well in defence. Van Claveren came out like a train. Cartledge wins it back. That's Tom. Gets it on. Now Lappin. Oh, well, they're doing well now, the Rangers, because certainly a different team to the one that was playing in the first term. McGee out the back. Stevens. Fendick. Still fighting for it. And the umpire, well, this is good umpiring, just letting it go. Finals footy. And the Swannies want to steer it to Bodie Hibberson. But that was Tom Brasher coming in forward. Now, what can McGee do? He's under pressure. And Petts goes back to Mowsam, and Mowsam comes with a long defensive kick. Will Love's got to go here. He's in front. He wants the boundary line. And he does get it as we go to Brad Freak on the Madjack stats.
Tom Cartledge and Campbell Fendick are the two getting the Bushrangers right back in this game. Both had 5 disposals each in this second quarter. And the inside 50 is well in favour of Beechworth, 8-4 in his second term.
Yeah, we're about almost the halfway mark of his second term for Inspirations. For Lawrence's Furniture 1. Brent Surrey. Oh, gee, Vandermeer caught one high, an elbow. Don't know if you caught that one, Chris, for Aubrey Wodonga MG.
Oh, I just saw a big bump. I didn't see an elbow, but he's going to get up and he's going to be right, I think.
Yeah, I probably should have been. Got to be careful there. Vandermeer's quite okay. Jaden? Scotty, what's the story down at ground level?
That's the story, mate. That bloke, he is an absolute ripper. I said he had the job on Reece Ritchie. This is what Beechworth need. If Cade Surrey's further up the ground like this, he can do exactly that, and they could end up with a forward 50.
Yeah, that was an Azai Nusser mark of the day. Absolute beauty from Cade Surrey. Ball on centre wing. Armstrong with it for the Bushrangers. Crowd working into it. This is good. This is what finals footy's all about. TDFL live stream. The ball goes long up towards the arc of the 50. Meyer out the back. Swans. There's a few there. It's rushed though and it's out of bounds. And we're going to have a boundary throw in. Freaky, how the inside 50's looking now this quarter?
Yeah, well in favour of Beechworth. It must be that gap right in with that breezy. We've been touching on 9-4 in this second term.
And that's just that perceived pressure too. You can feel the Swans defenders getting a bit nervous.
Chris Mitchell brought to you by Aubrey Wodonga MG. Brad Freak on the Madjack stats. Scooter Fraser, boundary side for the Charcoal Kings. As the ball makes its way to the outer side. Winning the race, McCormick. The Swans, in the end, bring it away through Brooks. And Brooks, well, almost a turnover. Swannies do well. And play's gone on just adjacent to the scoreboard. Half-back flank. Kyle Cooper ends up with it. Wants to go forward. And then, couldn't take the mark. It was Doolan.
Petts, I think, just got a little fingertip in there, but riding him very closely up his bum, isn't he, Petts? Doolan doesn't have much room at all to move.
Yeah, it'd be a nightmare playing on him. Mark Doolan, we know the record he carries with him from the O&M. Such a star. He's Tom Cartledge for the Bushrangers. But there's two Swannies out here. Oh, gee. I'll tell you what, they'll let Nick Stevens know about it. Had a chance to pick it up, but unfortunate. It's rolled out of bounds. Do we go back to you, Freaky, on the Mad Jack stats?
Yeah, Tom Cartledge up to 6 disposals in this quarter. He was the one to kick it out there. Massive win there for the Bushrangers. 2-on-1 and get the out-of-bounds throw in.
Meyer over McCarthy. Fendick weaves his way through. Sends it to the half-forward flank for the Bushrangers. Caleb Boxall in front. And ball has gone out of bounds on the arc of the 50. As Kyle Cooper comes off. Brad Hibberson about to come back on for the Swans. Now Scotty for the Charcoal Kings. Jai Middleton. We've still got, I wouldn't think, any more news because he's probably still locked away, is he?
He still is, mate, yeah. Just something to keep an eye on, boys, is Scott Myers' body language. I don't know whether he's a bit buggered, but he's very frustrated in the ruck against McCarthy and Willem Love.
Okay, interesting. Hibberson. Ended up. Possession of Swans. Brent Ryan at the back. And blocking. So he's going to get the free kick. Hello, what's happened here? Crowd really
right involved.
They were. What did they want there, Chris Mitchell? Because they did win the free kick.
I think he didn't give the ball back and just dropped it. And
the umpire was had the hand the other way, guys.
There you go.
Got a bit upset about that.
Yeah.
He made the right call in the end. I think it was against Ethan Boxall. Just didn't turn around in time.
And then Ryan pushes it to the outer side. And here they come. The Bushrangers sending it forward, but McGee chops in nicely and takes a defensive mark. So 29 plays 14 on the Inspirations paint scoreboard. Second turn brought to you by Lawrence's Furniture One. Jappo Donk's time clock has gone just over 17 minutes as Connor Stone wins it for the Bushies. In the blue and red. Whistle.
50?
No. Reversed it.
Yeah, against Mousom.
Yeah, Mousom there, boys, the player on the mark with Boxall, he just came in and elbowed him high after he was on the mark. So just silly mistake there.
There you go. Scotty, did you get a good view of that? That would have been right in front of you for the Charcoal Kings.
Exactly what was explained then, just a little bit high with the elbow.
Freaky on the money for MacChat. Swans with possession. And they're happy to slow it up.
Crowd getting very vocal.
They are.
Lots of advice throwing around out there.
Hemming. So back to McGee. So they're happy to just try and find their way here. Well, not making much ground here. Not much field possession at all. Stevens. Just a high dump kick down towards the half-forward flank. Boxall worked his opponent out fairly according to the umpire. Beechworth bench not happy with it all, Bradford.
No, definitely not.
He play on. Meyer back there. He's got
Great
it.
kick.
Yeah, it was nice delivery. As we go back down to you, Scotty, for the Charcoal Kings.
Just got a couple of metres in front of Cade Surrey then Scott Meyer did, and the ball was just delivered absolutely perfectly for him.
Okay, and Chris Mitchell's just pointed out to me that Jai Middleton has made his way out from the rooms. He's there, isn't he, Chris, down by the bench?
Yeah, I don't know if he's looking to come on or anything. He's not running along the boundary or anything like that, but yeah, it would be a big call if he comes back on.
I'll keep an eye on it, guys, but he's not strapped by the looks of it, so could be just a little niggle.
Meyer, in the meantime, has missed to the near side, and that's one behind. So 4-6-30 plays 2-2-14 on the Inspiration Paint scoreboard. Second turn brought to you by Lawrence's Furniture One. This is the TDFL live stream on qualifying final day. Big crowd in. A beauty. And they're loving the action. Connor Stone. Deep half back. Nice to Armstrong. And good mitts in front of Mason. True half back flank.
They're strapping Middleton now, guys, just below the kneecap. And he's up and looks like he's going to have a run along the boundary line.
Yeah, well, Scooter Fraser, if you were tuned in on the live stream, mentioned it. He thought it was a calf, a high calf. I reckon you were spot on there.
Let's hope it's not another Petrarca with a broken leg, boys.
How about that one?
Incredible.
Yeah.
Played on. Pretty tough hombre.
Can play the game, that man. What a machine. Last year's Norm Smith medalist, of course. Ball back into play. And in the back against the Bushrangers. And McGee will take the mark here, the big man in the 18 Guernsey. So the Swans with the lead. So again, haven't made much territory here. Now they come wide to Tom Brasher. Nice mark from him and the yellow wheels. He wants Dane Carey to be brought back on the mark. The umpire said he's there. I'm happy with that. And Tom moves it up towards the arc of the 50. Nice mark from Kate Surrey. We saw him take a jam earlier on. It was an Nasa mark of the day. And then misses Brent Ryan. This is interesting. I did well to grab it back on the second bite. Then off to Belchi. And Belchi, left foot, looking for Eddie Cartledge. So now they're just left to centre wing the Bushies. Look at that. High ball going in, an entry here. Good pack of players. Mason and Armstrong, they do battle. McGee just knocks it along the ground to the advantage of Radley. Picks it up, back to McGee. And then he goes right out wide here. Might be looking for the safety of the boundary line, but they win it back through Carey. Braden, that is, sending it in, the Bushrangers. Swannies again. A hurry kick. Belch, you'll get a chance in his second. Left foot. Has he got it? Yes, he has. Yes, he has. Alessandro Belchi has kicked a double. And the Bushies slowly working their way back into this game as we go to Brad Freak for Matt Jack.
Yeah, right on top of the inside 50s in this second quarter are Beechworth, 12-6 as well, but they're taking their opportunities when they go inside forward 50. 3 goals straight in this second quarter to 3 behinds for Chilton, so being more clinical when they go forward.
Yeah, certainly the scoring end, and he was looking for his left foot. You could tell he just sold a beautiful bit of candy, Belch in, and popped one in through his second for the quarter.
Don't know about you guys, but I reckon he's one of the smartest men on the ground. He's got zinc across his face, and you need it on a day like today. Oh, what a mark, Connor Stone.
What a mark.
And there's another Nussa mark of the day, a ripper. And now he loads up Connor, and he goes with a long one, fading to the left, bouncing and through for 1 behind. So 30 plays 21 on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard now. I've almost gone, well, just over 22 minutes on the Japo Docs time clock. Scott Fraser, Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak and Luke Francis with you. We'll go back down to Scotty Fraser for the Charcoal Kings. What's the latest down there now, Scotty? Some
tape being applied to Middleton's knee, up above the knee, boys, so it may be something behind the knee. That's where he's grabbing at each time they put the tape on, so he's still keen to get back out there.
Chris Anderson goes forward. And coming out was Doolan, and then working forward at ground level. Kate Surrey did well to knock it on. Try to get it to McCormick, and he's wrapped up. And we will have a stoppage. Finals footy. Finals weather. And, well, this is what we love, eh? COVID, gone. Dead and buried as far as we're concerned. All over, Chris Mitchell.
All over Red Rover, Luke.
Yeah, go away. Hibberson. He's got it for the Swannies.
Boys, I've said Middleton was done and dusted. He's now taped from almost from his ankle to his knee, and he's coming on now. He's just waiting for McCarthy to come off. He'll have to wait till next quarter.
He'll come back on as a mummy. Scooter. It's he's just down in front of our broadcast position, and that's right. He has got that left calf heavily strapped. Okay, so that brings the long break at the Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve on qualifying final day 2022, and at half-time it sees the Chilton Swans leading 4-6-30 to Beechworth 3-3-21. We'll get to a break and return very shortly.
Cadmac, the name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona loves steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region, and they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steel work to structural steel work. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all, from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chilton Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Dallinger Road, Lavington.
it, drop it, crop it, play it, write it, space it, and erase it. Drag it.
Need a computer that won't crash? Need your Wi-Fi turbocharged? Need better data backup? Whatever you need your computer to do, Wangaratta Computers will help you do it better. Because that's what we do best. And we can do it in-store or at your home. So get your tech working better at wangarattacomputers.com.au.
Play it, write it, space it, and erase it.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona loves steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region. And they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steel work to structural steel work. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chiltern Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Dallinger Road, Lavington.
The name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.
And welcome back everyone to the live stream of the TDFL qualifying final between the Chilton Swans and the Beechworth Bushrangers. And at halftime we can tell you it is the Swannies leading 4-6-30 to Beechworth's 3-3-21. Brad Freak, Chris Mitchell and Scott Fraser. What were your thoughts? Firstly you, Freaky.
The halftime break, the breeze that is going to the Gap Road. And if we touch on the Magic's shed stat sheet here, we can see with the inside 50s how prolific that breeze is. In the first quarter, 13 to Chilton, 4 to Beechworth, but completely flipped on its head in the second quarter. Beechworth had 13 inside 50s to 7. So the breeze is certainly favouring one end. It's going to be a big part of this game is how well Beechworth can defend in this third quarter to be able to make sure that they don't let the game get too far behind, so they have to go even harder in that last term.
Yeah, spot on, Freaky. Beechworth's 2 behinds in the first quarter doesn't look quite as bad when Chilton can only add 3 behinds for the second. So clearly the scoring end, we've had 7 goals up one end of the Gap Road, obviously. That breeze is playing an integral part. Obviously, Chilton, I think, obviously will get a few goals, I reckon, at the start of this quarter to try and stretch them on the scoreboard, Beechworth. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one in the second half with all to play for.
Yeah, the halftime show brought to you by the Shed Company for the TDFL live stream this afternoon. Scotty Fraser, your thoughts on the first half?
I think that was great for Beechworth to get back in it like they did. I guess first of all, boys, welcome. Because
Yeah.
I was running a bit late earlier, but you know, talking off air there, the ground's great. You know, first time out here for some, and yeah, a great first half. You know, 4 goals, 6 to 3-3. Really good for Beechworth to get back in it. As I was just looking there before, the breeze on the flags across the ground on the Duns Twin City Cranes were coming straight at us, so there might be a little bit of a swirl. If it can come this way a little bit more in that third quarter, Beechworth might have a little bit more of an advantage. The best way is to get onto this side of the ground anyway, and we might have an even game very early in the third quarter.
Scotty Fraser brought to you by the Charcoal Kings. Scooter, the condition of this ground out here puts artificial turf to shame. It looks unbelievable.
Yes, we refer to it as the MCG of the bush, and it's actually been written about. And there's actually a football podcast coming on soon that they talk about this, the uniqueness of our ground. And speaking about that, boys, we might go back through the results today here at Sandy Creek. The under-14s, Yakandanda Football Club have won through to the grand final, 8-6-54 to Kiwor 5-6-36. In the under-17s, again, Yakandanda have gone through to the grand final in 2 weeks' time, 8-8-56, defeated Barnawatha 2-9-21. And in the reserves, Chiltern 11-10-76, they defeated the Kiwor Sandy Creek Hawks 3-4-22.
Beautiful half-time brought to you by the Shed Company. Chris Mitchell.
Yeah, around the grounds, obviously in the O&M, the big qualifying final in Wangaratta there. Yarrawonga, a 20-point turnaround, leading Albury by 9 points, 4-5-29 to 2-8-20. Obviously, the winner will get a week off and go straight into the grand final. We'll get,
the crack at Wang.
Crack at Wang next week. Wang's got the week off and win next week. They'll go straight into the grand final. Thanks for that, Freaky.
Yeah, if you've just tuned in to the TDFL live stream this afternoon, the winner of this game, of course, advances through to the grand final on Saturday, September 17. And, well, nothing in it at the moment, just the 9 points. And what are we going to see in the second half? Now, Scooter, Jai Middleton. So we saw him come off in the second term. As you said, he just walked his way to the boundary. You said he was almost as good as done when he did make his way off. And then we saw him come onto the broadcast point. They closed the sheds, and then we saw him wander out. He's got his left calf heavily strapped, but we still don't sort of know what the injury really is.
No, I had a chat to Gareth Pritchard down there, one of the Beechworth. He's running the bench, and I said, what happened to Middleton? He said, he doesn't even know.
There you go.
Clutching at the back of his knee, very high up on the calf. So they tape below the knee, then I looked over and they were taping above the knee. The tape above the knees come off now, and they've mummified from below the knee down to the ankle. I really thought he was done, guys. You don't walk off so despondent and so slow. There was no urgency to get off. I had him done and dusted and was, put him in the coffin basically, but he'll probably take the field as soon as they get back out there in the third quarter. Yeah, we were saying before, just plonk him in the goal square, Freaky, but he didn't have a huge game last week stats-wise. Obviously really integral with taking a big key defender and his marking prowess as well, but I think they could still win without him today. I don't know what your thoughts are.
Well, his work, they're certainly going to, hopefully they need to get him back out there, because his work rate in that second term, plenty of times moving up and down the ground, and obviously he was having a nice shot from about 50 when he did get injured as well, so his work rate was really stretching the Chilton defence at the time, so they really like that. But as you say, if they can get him back out there, and even if he's just playing in the goal square, it'll drag a defender with him and it'll open up a few more gaps for a few Belchi and the like in the forward line, Scooter. Yeah,
the Beechworth, the on-ball brigade can get goals. That's their best thing. But like I've said before, Kyle McGee across half-back, if the ball's coming in high into Beechworth's forward line, McGee's pretty dominant. They are slightly taller, so if they can get Middleton down there and just clunk a few and have a few shots at goal. My only thing is we will see what the injury does to him, because it's on his left foot. Being a right footer, his left leg is that plant leg, so it may twang straight away first kick, so we'll get a really good gauge. But I really think Beechworth need to go forward really low. Like you've seen, get into Meyer in forward and into Doolan. Chilton have got goals by those quick direct kicks in there. And you did mention there the 5 disposals that Chilton just went bang, 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 bang. And if Beechworth can do that, get on the scoreboard, close game.
I couldn't agree more there with your Scoot, because you saw in that second quarter as well with Chilton when they were kicking into the wind, they were keeping their obviously kicks a lot more lower and a lot more short kicks. Saw in the first quarter with Beechworth, they were going against the breeze. There's a lot more bombing away and the ball just getting held up, and Kyle McGee in the back half is having an outstanding game for Chilton, just ate everything up that came towards him, so he was really strong. So as you there, I couldn't agree more. They're just going to have to be more direct and a lot more shorter kicks, Beechworth.
And I think they started to do that in the second quarter, Beechworth, with the Surreys and the Fendix and the Cartilage in the middle of the ground, rather than bombing it long to Armstrong and Middleton. They used that short 25-metre pass rather than a 40-45.
Yeah, it took them a while to settle into the game, didn't it? They started slow, but once the game settled, they really did link up well in that second term. We saw some good footy. Scooter, thanks to the Charcoal Kings. What a mark from Cade Surrey just in front of our broadcast point.
I just looked up there, the Azai Nussa mark of the day. I tell you what, someone's got to climb to some pretty lofty heights to beat Cade Surrey. And I did make mention during that quarter too, if he is given that job on Reece Ritchie, and Reece Ritchie likes playing up the ground, he's a really good runner, he's got a lot of athleticism. Richie takes a lot of the ball around the wing in the centre. That helps Beechworth because Surrey's moved up the ground. Now, if Surrey gets a mark between centre-half back and the centre of the ground, it's almost an inside 50 straight away. So I think that's playing into Beechworth's hands.
Yeah, Scott Fraser, Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak and Luke Francis with you on a beautiful day here. And again, we'll give you the halftime score. Here's the Chilton Swannies, 4-6-30, leading Beechworth 3-3-21. So 9 points in it. And the prize on offer, a spot in the big dance. The winner will advance. Well, the loser, it is a hard road, that is for sure. Rightio, we'll get to a break here again on the TDFL live stream on qualifying final day from the Sandy Creek Recreation Reserve and return shortly.
Cadmac, the name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona love steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region. And they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steel work to structural steel work. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all, from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chilton Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Dallinger Road, Lavington.
Drag it, drop it, crop it, play it, write it, space it, and erase it. Drag
Need a computer that won't crash? Need your Wi-Fi turbocharged? Need better data backup? Whatever you need your computer to do, Wangaratta Computers will help you do it better. Because that's what we do best. And we can do it in-store or at your home. So get your tech working better at wangarattacomputers.com.au.
Play it, write it, space it, and erase it.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona love steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region. And they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steel work to structural steel work. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all, from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chilton Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Dallinger Road, Lavington.
And welcome back, everyone, to the TDFL live stream on qualifying final day. It is Chiltern up against Beechworth, and well, the Swannies at the long break lead by 9 points. We've got both teams back on the ground and not far off getting the game back underway. Chris Mitchell, where's this game going to be won in the second half for Albury-Wodonga MG?
That's a great question. I hope Middleton can get his body right and play a bit of a role in this second half. But obviously 25-point lead for Chilton at quarter time, only 9-point lead at half time. So all to play for in the second half. Obviously the loser gets a second chance. It's either Kiwa or Dedarang for them next week. But yeah, the midfield started to get on top there for Beechworth. That's going to be the key to this battle. I'd like to see Scotty Meyer get a little bit more involved up forward and push forward there for the Swans. And obviously we know this season he's had the Barton medalist.
Absolutely. That's the voice of Chris Mitchell. Let's go to Freaky on the Mad Jack stats. Freaky,
yeah.
What were the standouts, mate, in the first half?
Yeah, well, one thing that the Beechworth supporters underneath us weren't too happy about is the free kicks. On our Mad Jack Shed stat sheet, we got 12-2 in that first half. So we might be able to feel a little bit hard done by, but I'll see what happens in this second half. Yeah,
Scotty. Big second half coming up for the Charcoal Kings. Just tell us what the atmosphere is like down there at ground level now.
And just as the flags on the Duns Twin City Cranes boys go solid to the Lockhart's Gap end, Jai Middleton goes to full forward for the Bushrangers at the other end. So could be a very good start here, and you'll listen to those Beechworth supporters underneath you all day, lads, and they'll get vocal if it's close.
They certainly will. So we're about to get this second half on. Third term brought to you by Wiesners. And here we go. Who will it be? Through to the big dance. Meyer and McCarthy. Fendick. And he's caught with the ball. So Nick Brasher with the field. He wants to fire it away and he goes inside 50. And nice. McGee has taken the mark. So Kyle did some work. Some great work in defence in the first half, didn't he, Chris Mitchell?
Yeah, it certainly did. Had a great half to this game so far. But yeah, obviously the scoring end, isn't it? I don't think we've had one goal up the other end.
No, I haven't, Chris. Only 5 behinds at the other end of the ground.
Here he goes, McGee. So looking at the Swans, 5th goal, and it will be a great start to this third term and the second half. And Kyle puts one up in the air and again fades across the face of goal. And it's gone through for one behind. So 31 plays 21, a 10-point lead to the Swannies on the Commercial Club scoreboard. Third term brought to you by Wiesners. Bushrangers, and they have it deep in defence. And Petts wants to push it to the outer side. And he gets Tom Cartledge. And now he wants to bring it back for the switch. Belchi's calling for it. The kick was a little dangerous, so ignores him and goes towards Cade Surrey versus Reece Ritchie. And a good time test, and the ball has gone out of bounds on the arc of the 50 towards the Lockhart's Gap Road end. As we go to you, Chris Mitchell, for Albury-Wodonga MG.
You'd probably say he's nearly been their best player, Cade Surrey, who obviously came into the game and the season with big raps, but he hasn't let us down, boys.
Ball back into play, bouncing. Nick Brash and then off to Brad Hibberson. And then bouncing ball inside 50, dangerous. Brent Ryan came out, couldn't get hands to it. He's going to win the free kick.
A little bit lucky.
So there's another one. And listen to the Bushrangers crowd underneath
Happy
us.
about that one.
Giving the jeers. How about that one, Scooter, for the Charcoal Kings?
Yeah, I'd say they'll be very vocal all day, boys. And very good work there by Brent Ryan just to get under that ball and get the free kick.
Certainly. And Tom Brasher, nice delivery. And the Swannies again will now get another shot on goal.
Just lowered his eyes beautifully, didn't he, Tom Brasher?
Yeah, that's it. And they have it towards the Lockhart Gaps Road end. And, well, this would be a good kick if he were to snavel it from here. Ethan, what's he done? That's gone to the far side. So Ethan Boxhill with the behind. So the Swans with all the play here. With third term so far to the Lockhart's Gap Road end.
We got him down for a goal yet, boys? Ethan Boxhill, just the one.
Yeah, kicked that absolutely sensational goal in the first quarter from the boundary.
They've done pretty well, Beechworth, to restrict him so far, haven't they?
Yeah, kicked a left foot banana. It was a cracker. Hibbison.
It's coming back.
Brad has got it. Brad Hibbison's kicked a ripper, and the Swans are away in the second half. They get their 6th on the board. And that was nice. Brad Frick, as we go to you for the Mac Jack stats.
Yeah, just repeat inside 50s there for Chilton. 3 in this quarter to none for Beechworth. Obviously, we keep touching on this breeze. It's playing such havoc going in the gap road end there as well. So Tom Brasher, really nice delivery inside 50 for their second mark as well inside 50 on the Mad Jack shed stat sheet.
And Hibbison, we saw Doolan do it obviously earlier in the game too. Just allow for that breeze to bring it back in, and just didn't look like missing.
So that's their
That last free kick there to Kyle Cooper. Now it's 14-3 in this game. So as he gets the Bronx cheers, Lukey.
He certainly does. Kyle Cooper, well, he was so handy in the first half for the Swans, but that wasn't his best.
Tell you what, Belchi's been important in this game, boys.
And here he goes again, and he loads up. Look at that left foot heading in deep. And then Middleton was under it, went out the back of the pack. It was. And the Swans, they come away through Chris Anderson. Wants to get it to the outer side. Reece Ritchie versus Caden Surrey. Tom Cartledge after it now. He's got a bit of room to move. Weighs up his option, spears it in. Oh, drop mark from Connor Stone, and then gets the handball back off to Belch. He's got to be gone, surely. Yep, too much time. And they do turn it over. So the Swans, well, are living dangerously back there. They win the ball back, Chris Mitchell, for Albury-Wodonga MG.
Yeah, Beechworth's pressure, particularly in the forward of the centre, has been really instrumental in this the start of this third quarter. And obviously, Cade Surrey pushing up the ground there. That's not giving them an inch at the moment.
Tom Brasher moves it to the outer side. McCormick to well to win front spot. Eddie Cartledge off to Tom. So here's Tom Cartledge and fires one in. Look at that for a kick. Down towards Middleton, one-on-one over the back, bouncing ball. And then Armstrong tried to knock it back, but there was no bushranger there. Van Claveren out to Hibbison. Swans hold up again. Down towards Curtis over his head. Stevens might have him. Curtis out the back. Or Cooper caught one high again. And he's going to take the free kick. And Brent Surrey letting him know about it. I think he might have told him he ducked it, Chris Mitchell.
He's having a great game, Kyle Cooper. But Scooter for the Charcoal Kings, I want to get your thoughts on Middleton and how he's moving.
He's very proppy, boys. He hasn't chased, hasn't led up. He's just plonking there. I don't think that's going to be great if they're going to be getting it down like that. And he can't. If it gets to the ground, he's not worth anything to them.
Scott Fraser brought to you by the Charcoal Kings. Vandermeer goes in for the Swans.
Oh,
nice.
What a kick.
To Ethan Boxall. That was good. And Chris Mitchell, yes, as you said, just great vision there.
Yeah, it was a beautiful kick, spot him out. But he only had about 2 metres on his opponent there, Ethan Boxall. But he's in a very good scoring opportunity here, even though it's a tight angle.
Yeah, so he's hard up against the fence to the Lockhart's Gap Road end. far side. What will he do here, Ethan? Runs around, left foot snap. He likes it. He pumps the Swannies up. And that is a double for Ethan. Nice kick as we go to Brad Freak again on the Matt Jack stats.
Yeah, inside 50s are level in this quarter so far, but you expect Chilton to get on top 4-3 in favour of the Swannies. Tom Brash has had 2 early touches in this quarter, and so has Kyle Cooper. For the Beechworth side of things, Tom Cartledge has had 3 and really trying his hardest in the midfield there for the Bushrangers.
So 6-8-44 leads 3-4-22 on the Commercial Club scoreboard. And Scotty Fraser for the Charcoal Kings, a nice little buffer for Chilton.
Yeah, terrible for Beechworth. Their time in possession so far this quarter is well in their way, and to give up a goal, they just can't have that. They need to get back really quick.
Japo Donk's time clock has gone just on 9 minutes now, third term. Good afternoon to you, wherever you may be. Tuned in, watching the Swannies in the Bushies, qualifying final day. TDFL live stream, just who will it be that will make it through to the grand final on Saturday, September 17. Chilton with a good break now. There's such a long way to go in this footy game. Of course, we've got the Cats in Collingwood on tonight.
You had to mention it, didn't you, mate?
I did. We got 2 Cats up here, Chris Mitchell and myself. Freaky's a Magpie. And Scotty, you're a Saint.
And anyone that plays Collingwood, mate.
Well, there you go. We've got 3 Cats today, Freaky. What do you got to say about that?
I'm not happy about it.
Not happy about it. Fair enough. Kyle Cooper comes away and then fires one in. Oh, nice defence from Brent Ryan. He gets back and saves the day for the Bushies on this occasion. And they come wide to Tom Cartledge.
Ooh, geez, nearly 50 for in the back.
Yeah.
Lucky to get away with that.
Heavily
Tom
marked
Brasher
by Tom. And then goes to Brent Surrey. With 3 Guernsey, good player this guy, inboard. That was nice. So they move it well, the Bushies. On to Pets and wide to Kate Surrey.
Bit of space for them.
Yeah, a long switch around the ground. Inside to Tom Cartledge. Now they're in trouble. Because McGee's marked it. Swans running back.
Everywhere here.
Got a few options. And he sends it forward. It was Nick Brasher, in fact. Bouncing ball over the back. Oh, gee, I thought Kate Surrey might have brought down. Interesting. The Swanee advantage is paid. And the goal is kicked by Tom Brasher. So there you go. The Swans, well, Beechworth just wasn't good footy. Chris Mitchell for Aubrey Wodonga MG, chipping back and forth. They lost possession in the middle, dangerous turnover and a goal at the other end.
No, you summed it up beautifully, Lukey. They were looking really good where they switched the ball and on the fat side there and had plenty of space, but that inboard ball just opened them up to Chilton scoring, didn't it, Freaky?
Yeah, absolutely. Right play, but yeah, poor execution with that kick back inside. Tom Brasher there kicking the goal. He's first of the game. He's up to 17 disposals on the Mad Jack stat sheet as well today. He's been really good for the Swans.
Scotty, for the Charcoal Kings, that one really hurts the Bushies.
It did, and that inboard kick, as you said, Willem Love had run from this side of the ground right over the other side and was 20 metres clear of Meyer as well.
That's it. Hemming, sending it down. Oh, nice mark again from Kate Surrey. He's just trying his heart out for his Bushrangers today.
Intercept marking's been phenomenal, hasn't he?
Certainly. And then plays on. Beechworth.
Oh,
Belchi on a cop one on a line ball, that one.
Geez, nearly 50 that one, isn't it? Pretty low.
Certainly. Kick 2 beauties. Is that Alessandro? Tom Cartledge. Now McCarthy's got his arms up waving around on centre wing. He's going to go back the other way. Sends it out wide to the direction of Connor Stone. Bouncing ball. True centre wing, far side. In the back, was it? Yep. So the ball will be coming back to the Bushrangers. Will play on.
They gave it court.
Yeah, interesting. And then Surrey moves it down the line. Ordinary kick out in front of the scoreboard. And we will have a boundary throw in. Third term brought to you by Westerners as we go back to Freaky on the Mac Jack stats.
Yeah, you're probably hearing the ambience, Mike. The Bushrangers supporters not really happy with the umpiring in this third quarter. 5 free kicks to 1, so understandable why the natives of Beechworth might be getting a little bit restless.
Absolutely. So as we said, Cats versus Pies, and also the Doggies versus the Dockers in Perth. What are our thoughts on that one? Guys, who wins that?
You'd have to say the Dockers. I think with Libba too out for the Dogs, it's a big blow for them.
Yeah, you'd have to say that, but I've got to make sure I get through the first game.
Exactly. That is correct. And the Swans have it. And they want to go forward through Brooks, and he sends it down long. Oh, nice mark. Taken by Doolan. That is a beauty.
Put the big Dukes up and came down with a footy. The big veteran from Chilton.
For sure. So let's have a look what Mark can do. Shot on goal earlier to the Lockhart's Gap Road end was just a gem. And he's brought it back with the breeze. What are your thoughts on this one, Scotty, for the Charcoal Kings?
I reckon he'll slot this straight through the middle. Start it right, and then he'll go straight through the middle. Class footballer, this bloke.
Yeah, he's a star. He's Mark Doolan. And he's just missed that one.
Keep doing that.
Going well, aren't I?
keep them in the game, mate.
You want someone to kick a point, I'll tell them they're going to kick a goal.
Yeah, it's like me. Scoot, if I put my clothes down on my line, you can bet your bottom dollar it's going to rain. McGee to Brad Hibberson. Swans have it. They lead 51-22 on the Commercial Club scoreboard. And he wants to square it up. Belchi, though, wins it for the Bushrangers. Cade Surrey, lateral to Brent Ryan. So the deep inside 50. And that was a nice one.
Good mark.
To Tom Cartledge. He wants to come back this side. I don't know about that one. Yeah, and then Braden Carey has missed it. The kick wasn't on for him, though.
They had a wall of Swans, about 4 of them all getting in that hole to stop that exit for Beechworth.
Yeah, scrappy and just pressure applied there, Scotty, for the Charcoal Kings.
As Connor Stone comes off and Stevens comes on, boys. McCarthy in the ruck doing a fantastic job.
Reece Ritchie on the Berg blazes away. And that is well out of bounds as we go back to Freaky on the MacJack stats.
Tom Cartledge is really trying hard for Beechworth in his third quarter. He's up to 6 disposals in the term. Takes him up to 17 touches for the game. He's been outstanding. Is Beechworth win a 50-metre penalty here, Lukey?
They certainly do. So Braden
Beechworth
Carey.
boys are getting into Reece Ritchie there. He must have given away the 50.
Yep. Belchi in the middle of the ground goes forward. Look at that left foot.
He's done.
Oh. Yeah, no, he's cooked.
Jeepers.
Absolutely gone, Jai. So he'll come to the bench, and that'll be it for the day. Van Claveren now for the Swans. Moves it forward to Nick Brasher, and they play on. And then, gee, well, a tumbling punt forward.
Out
Too
the back
easy.
Here, Beechworth. No. Is it Fendick's going to get it?
Yeah, Mousen came out wide to Fendick. Curtis, he has a crack at it. Takes them on. Brad Hibberson into Meyer, and then Meyer looks for Bodie Hibberson, and he sends it to the arc of the 50. Nice mark taken by Tom Brasher. Straightens up. Tried a squaring ball, and then left foot by Ethan Boxall. Bouncing. Oh, gee, has just missed to the outer side and has gone through for one behind. So, well, the Bushies really need to get a rig along because Chilton right now at the 16.5-minute mark on the Jumbo Donks time clock leads 7-10-52 to Beechworth 3-4-22.
Middleton walking to the bench, boys, again. He is done now.
Yeah, I reckon you're right this time, Scotty. We actually thought you were right the first time. And anyway, they plonked him in the square with that left calf heavily strapped, but yeah, you'd think that'd be nearly it now.
You'd say Scotty was right the first time as well, boys.
I think the tears from Joe Middleton as he walked off, boys, tell us that it's done and dusted.
Yep.
Hopefully it's not a serious injury, boys.
He had to do it. He couldn't just stand there and prop in the goal square. He had to at least test it out and go for a lead, but unfortunately that's called at the end.
The TDFL live stream on qualifying final day. So just tuned in, the winner of this game goes through to the grand final this year in the Tallangatta District Football League. Scott Fraser, Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak and Luke Francis with you today. Calling the game is Bodie Hibberson. Hacks one forward, bouncing ball. And the ball has gone out of bounds in front of Brent Ryan as we go back to Freaky for MacJack.
Yeah, Tom Brasher, as we keep touching on, boys, outstanding in this third quarter, up to 6 disposals and that goal as well. He's up to 9. That takes him to 19 for the game.
Chris Mitchell around the grounds.
Yeah, if we go around the grounds, Albury's hit the front again in that qualifying final in Wangaratta. It is Yarrawonga 5-7-37 to Albury 5-8-38.
Ryan, it's been good in this quarter. To Stevens, deep back pocket for the Bushrangers. Looking for Connor Stone. Look at the breeze get hold of that. That's gone out of bounds as well on the full. So Chilton to get it back. And, well, the Bushrangers, they really do need the next goal. Well, they're in danger of this game just slipping out of their grasp. Ball at ground level. Players fighting away for it. Good tussle. And is it going to be tied up? Yep, umpire's going to have it. Chris, what do you think the story's been of the third term here for Albury-Wodonga MG?
Well, the second half of this quarter, Chilton's owned it, haven't they? It's lived in their forward 50, but they haven't put the game to bed yet, so hopefully Beechworth can make a bit of a meal of it in the last quarter.
Bodie Hibbison quickly got it on the boot. That one's rolled through for one behind. Yeah, so 52 plays 22. Commercial Club scoreboard, third term brought to you by Wesners. Jappodonk's time clock has gone almost 19 minutes. How are we going with those inside 50s now? Freaky on the Matjack stats.
Yeah, heavily favoured in front in Chilton's way, as we thought it would be in this third quarter. 12-4 in this term. It's been relentless pressure. 19 minutes for 12 inside 50s. Chilton are really getting it on there. They really, as Chris so rightfully said, haven't been able to put the game right to bed yet. Yeah, the Butchies have been their own worst enemy on 2 or 3 occasions, trying to bring the ball out of defence.
Let's not forget, too, only 2 sides have beaten Chilton this year. Beechworth, one of them, obviously Barney as well, but they're out. There are only 4 teams left. Yeah, that's right. The Chilton Swans, minor premiers with a 16-2 win-loss record. The Beechworth Bushrangers finished third with 15 wins and 3 losses. Only on percentage, though. The key was Sandy Creek Hawks also winning 15 games this year and finishing second. Chilton shooting for their first flag in the TDFL since joining the comp back in 2003. Beechworth, well, their last premiership win was back in 2010, 12 years ago. So Swannies come forward again. Bodie Hibbison loads up and then sends it forward. Bouncing ball. Great spoil.
Tom Brasher in front of the contest, and ball comes out of defence again. Armstrong marks it on centre wing, so they need something from this. The Bushrangers. They just need to kick a major because time's ticking away in the third term. Have gone 20 and a half on the Jappodonk's time clock. And they need to hit the scoreboard. And we're going to have a stoppage, and the umpire's going to have it, Freaky.
If you feel like if Beechworth can kick a goal here and keep the game within about 20 points with that breeze in the last quarter, we saw them almost come back in the second. So really a goal here would be vital for Beechworth.
Will Love and Meyer in a contest. Free kick given away to Meyer. So Scotty comes out wide to Kyle Cooper.
He's been good, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's nippy. He doesn't give up and then sends one to Brent Ryan, who's also been good in this quarter.
Yeah, just floating in that hole there.
Nice mark to Cartledge. Now here they go again. What can they get? Oh, good effort.
Oh, great tackle.
For Nick Brasher. He picks up Tom Cartledge. And now the Swannies go forward through Hamming. Inside 50. Nice mark to Doolan. He's a long way out. When I say that, he's got the breeze at his back. If he makes contact, he's shooting from right on the 50.
He can definitely make the distance, and we know he's got the journey, so it's going to be interesting. They've had a lot of shots from that pocket, so they should know it pretty well, Freaky.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of the play's been pushed over that way, so you think, and Doolan's such a smart player, he'll hopefully be able to put this one through for the Swans.
In comes Mark Doolan, and another one across the face of goal, but he couldn't be too harsh on him. That breeze has really been favouring this side of the ground. So we go back down to Scotty Fraser for the Charcoal Kings. What's the latest down there, Scotty?
Mate, that's probably the first kick in the last 5 that it's actually gone to a Beechworth player. So that's where they need to get out of the back line here and get it moving forward. And if you look up the ground, Scott Myers only just got to Willem Love, but he's getting away from him quite easily, Love. So if they can get him one just out by himself and get it forward, they can get another goal.
Braden Carey got it on to Brent Surrey, and Surrey goes down the line. Here's Will Love here. The big man, he's got that right shoulder heavily strapped today, and just a high sort of chipping nothing kick really to a big pack of players. Van Claveren got pushed off the ball by Eddie Cartledge. Meyer, and then moves it on to Chris Anderson. High ball up towards the half-forward flank. Brent Ryan, another defensive fist. Hibbison, that's Brad running onto it. And then, in fact, it was Hamming.
Cartledge.
And now Cade Surrey, sloppy hand pass, so a bit of scrappy play here. Reece Ritchie picks it up, inboard, bouncing ball. Surrey goes again. Is that in the back? Umpire says no. Play on. And hear the running commentary from Beechworth bench down here in front of us. As coming onto the ground now is Dane Carey, and Jacobson finding his way to the bench. Chris Mitchell play a little stagnant here at this stage in the third term.
Yep. Swans look like they might get another one though. Brasher.
Ritchie.
Reece Ritchie has kicked a jam around the body. And gee, it's going to be hard for the Bushrangers now. The Swannies out to a good break. 8-12-60. They lead on the Commercial Club scoreboard to the Bushrangers 3-4-22. Scotty, they've got a good break now.
Yeah, Cade Surrey's hard work there should have been rewarded with that in the back there. And unfortunately, while he was getting up, Reece Ritchie, great pick up from the start and a good goal. And it looks like we've got a pop shoulder coming off here, boys.
Yeah. Speaking from experience, definitely looks like it's a dislocated shoulder.
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
Chris Anderson.
He's got that left shoulder heavily strapped up as well. So
doesn't look good.
Yeah, Scotty Fraser.
I can actually see it poking out his jumper, boys. It's not good at all.
Yeah, so Chris Anderson.
This makes you cringe, doesn't it?
Hope he's all right. It certainly does. Scott Fraser brought to you by the Charcoal Kings. Look like the trainers are going to try and pop it back in for him. You have to get some of that tape off first, I think, Chris Mitchell.
Yep, good pick up there by Freaky.
Yeah, Tom Cartledge. And gets the ball out to Brasher. That was Tom. And then Brad Hibbison long towards the goal square. Dangerous kick for the Bushrangers defence. Cade Surrey. And then off hands and through for one behind. Bushies bring it back. 61 plays 22. And we've almost gone 25 minutes on the Jappo Dogs time clock. Qualifying final here at the Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve. Hope you're enjoying the action. Connor Stone sitting under this ball. Couldn't take it on the first bite. Recovered beautifully. Off to Tom Cartledge and then puts it on the boot. Then a helicopter punt. Bouncing ball going back. Is Caleb Boxall. Ethan Boxall fighting away for it at ground level. Good contest. Wrapped up. That's what finals footy's all about. Desperation. As we go to you, Freaky, on the MacJack stats.
Yeah, Tom Cartledge is the one. He's up to 10 disposals in this third quarter for the Bush. He's been outstanding.
Rightio. Let's see what happens in this contest. So we're close to the three-quarter time break. And then Caleb Boxall has just got it on the boot and sent it through for one behind.
Feels a bit strange watching someone deliberately rush like when you watch the AFL and you can't do it.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
I still think the AFL players are confused about that rule, to be honest.
Vandermeer.
A little bit too easy, isn't it, here at the moment? They need to put more forward pressure on Beechworth.
Went to Caleb Boxall and then back to Vandermeer. Now he's going to go back to Boxall, so building up the MacJack stat sheets.
Clever in there by himself.
Here, yeah. Brad Hibbison is on in a dangerous spot. He's going to go to him. Didn't come off. Pritchard came through. And then getting onto it, Van Claveringer, he mopped up well. And then spears it to the outer side. Bouncing ball. And there's a siren. So being three-quarter time at the Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve on qualifying final day in the TDFL. And at the third term break, brought to you by Wiesner's. It is the Chilton Swans leading 8-13-61 to the Bushrangers 3-5-23. We'll get to a break. Hope you're enjoying the action. Back shortly. Stick with us.
Cadmac, the name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona loves steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region. And they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steel work to structural steel work. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all, from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chilton Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Tallangatta Road, Lavington.
Drag it, drop it, crop it, play it, write it, space it, and erase it. Drag
Need a computer that won't crash? Need your Wi-Fi turbocharged? Need better data backup? Whatever you need your computer to do, Wangaratta Computers will help you do it better. Because that's what we do best. And we can do it in-store or at your home. So get your tech working better at wangarattacomputers.com.au.
play it, write it, space it, and erase it.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona loves steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region, and they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steel work to structural steel work. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all, from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chilton Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Tallangatta Road, Lavington.
The name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.
And welcome back everyone to Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve on a Saturday afternoon. The Chilton Swans up against the Beechworth Bushrangers on qualifying final day. And we've got a ripping. The Swannies have now broken away from their huddle. We're waiting for the Rangers to do so as well. And at the three-quarter time break, it is the Chilton Swans leading 8-13-61 to Beechworth's 3-5-23. Chris Mitchell and Brad Freak are alongside of me. Very shortly we'll go down to Scott Fraser for the Charcoal Kings. Now, Chris Mitchell, we'll go around the grounds here, mate. What do we got? Oh, gee, there's some big games being played this afternoon. It goes without saying.
Finals fever, first time for a couple of years since 2019 in all sort of competitions. So in the Hume League, it is Osborne 5-2-32 leading Holbrook by 2 points. 4-6-30, and in the O&M, I think it's only a point the difference. It is Yarrawonga leading the Albury Tigers 5-8-38 to 5-9-39. So, sorry, Tigers in front by a point.
Yeah, fantastic couple of games there as we get ready. We'll go down to Scotty Fraser now for the Charcoal Kings and see if he can pick up anything from the three-quarter time huddles. You're with us, Scotty. How are things down there?
Brenton Surrey, one last roll of the dice, boys. Did make mention, though, that there is next week. If they can't get that margin back and snatch this game by the end, he knows that there's next week. Jai Middleton is in the not in the dressing gown, but he's got the coat on. Won't take any further part. And Chris Anderson for Chilton. He went into the rooms. They tried about 6 or 7 times to pop the shoulder back in, but he was screwing. It was terrible to watch. It looks like he'd be off to hospital to have that put back in. So how you come back from that within 2 weeks, I don't know, but that's up to Chilton to do. But hopefully game on and Beechworth can get the first couple here.
That's it. So the winner through to the big one. And the loser, of course, to play the winner out of Dedarang and Kiwa, which is played here tomorrow at Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve. So rightio, here we go. Final term. Who will it be? The Swans with a mighty break. Last quarter brought to you by Waters. And away we go in the middle. And Brent Surrey got a clearing hand pass out. Tom Brasher came through.
There's going to be a riot in a minute.
I reckon there will be, Chris Mitchell. We're not in a great spot for a riot, are we?
No. Well, we've got a good vantage point, that's for sure. We've got to hide on our advantage.
Yeah, we might have to lock that door soon, Freaky.
I can do that.
And pull the shutters in. Kate Surrey off to Brent Surrey. And then Fendick wants to go inboard to Ryan, who's played a very good game for the Bushrangers, it must be said. And then what? Mrs. Jack Ryan.
Making it hard for themselves, Beechworth.
Connor Stone. And then back to Brent Surrey. Tumbling ball will find Fendick. True centre wing. Broadcast side. The Bushies have started this quarter well. Then to Eddie Cartledge. Just left of centre wing. And wants to come out wide to Tom Cartledge. It's a good ball movement. And this is good. On to Fendick. And he was under pressure. Just got it forward inside 50. Who's down there? Bouncing ball. Swans bring it back. Hat kick out of defence. Fendick again. Well, just missed Belchi with the kick. Too tall for him. Lappin is back there. Gets it back to Van Claveren. He's been doing some mopping up today. Into Lappin. And then back to Van Claveren. And they go wide to Brad Hibberson. On the arc of the 50. For Lockhart's Gap Road end. So, well, the defence just holding up well on that occasion. They move it down towards centre wing on the far side. And there's a whistle. And, well, you might have got a bit of commentary there on what was going on. That wasn't you, Chris Mitchell.
That wasn't me.
Certainly wasn't you. Inside to Brad Hibberson. They play on the Swans. What can they get from this forward entry? Oh, Doolan a little bit tall for him. Going back now, Riley Petts. He's got to work hard, does well for the Bushrangers. Finds the line, that's what he wanted. And gets it out of bounds. Freaky, early on the Matt Jack stats sheet in the third term.
Yeah, Brenton Surrey up to 3 disposals early in this last quarter as well. Tommy Cartledge up to 22 disposals for the game. He's been outstanding for the Bushies.
Certainly has. Ball back into play. Scott Meyer on the boot. He's got it.
Could be a match winner, boys.
Yeah, that's it. The Swannies are on their way to the big dance. There's no doubt about that. And Scott Meyer has kicked the beauty, the Barton medalist. And didn't he love it? The Swans crowd. Well, you could hear the cheers from them towards the Lockhart's Gap Road end. And it's going to be hard for the Bushrangers now. That would be it, you would think. Brad Freak on the Mac Jack stats.
Yeah, Scotty Meyer being great. They're also being great in the ruck today. The hit-outs throughout the game, 26-10 in favour of the Swans as well. Just his first use, and the reason why he's the Barton medalist really coming through in that aspect of the game.
Yeah, right place, right time, wasn't he? Got top of the goal square and puts one through 1 foot in the grand final.
And the ball is going to be wrapped up in the middle. Is that a sling tackle? The umpire said no. I called the whistle. Blew the whistle first. Scotty, we'll go back down to you for the Charcoal Kings. The Swannies, they look through now, mate.
Yeah, it's done and dusted, I think, boys. And enormous news. The gate takings today, $4,000 up on last week's record.
Wow.
So we've probably got 4,250 people in here today. A great result for the league.
Is that right? So just over 4,000 attending this game this afternoon. That is fantastic. And the Bushrangers, half forward. Braden Carey wants to come out wide. Good hit. Nice one to Pritchard. And he's taken the mark. He is wide though. And this will be a tough kick from him. But as Scotty said, he is a super, well
I'm going to say if he'll kick a point. We'll use a reverse psychology.
That's a good idea.
Not bad, Scoot.
Beautiful. Let's see what Dylan can do. Tell you what, No. Thought that was going to curl back to the right, that one at one stage.
Didn't have at the right post, did he?
No, that's it. And it's gone through for 1- score on the near side, Chris Mitchell. So 67 plays 24 on the TCM Tallangatta Construction and Maintenance scoreboard. Chapadonk's time clock has gone 4.5 here in the final term. Chris Mitchell, as we go to you for Albury-Wodonga MG.
I was just going to say, we've had, 12 goals for the day. We've had one up the other end, so the gap road has been the scoring end. Going to be a big win for Beechworth if they can come back from this one.
We should have played half, or can you get a half-court basketball? We should have played half the footy field. Brought it back the other way.
The goal hasn't had much to do, has he?
Yeah, that's it. And Fendick spears one in, long ball. Mason going back. He just had to juggle. Missed it on the first occasion, but did well to pick it up. And then left boot straightens up down the line, up towards the edge of the square. Brent Ryan, though, picks it up, sends it in nice. And he gets Stevens. Well, I reckon Brent Ryan's been one of the best today for the Bushies. He's been very good, Chris Mitchell.
Yeah, he's been outstanding in defence, hasn't he, Brent Ryan? He's had a fair bit to do as well. They've been under all sorts of pressure, the Beechworth defenders.
Yeah, Freaky, what are stats?
Yeah, just been relenting the forward pressure in this last quarter for Beechworth, 5 inside 50s to 1, but obviously haven't been able to hit the scoreboard with a goal yet.
Okay, so Liam Stevens in the 26 Guernsey for the Bushrangers, shooting at their 4th major of the day. I tell you what, he's latched onto that. Again, another one coming this side. Kyle Cooper on the boot, a clearing kick from defence. Nice mark taken there by Tom Cartledge, who's tried very hard today. For all the Bushrangers, he's not going to muck around. Low spearing ball. Braden Carey's got it. Beautiful from Tom Cartledge.
Well within distance here, Braden Carey.
That's it.
25 disposals for Tom Cartledge on the Mad Jack Shed stat sheet today. He's been awesome for the Bushrangers.
So what will Carey do? Braden with the pill. And let's see if he can really get onto this one. And that one looks to be coming back. And Pack goes up in the goal square and it's knocked through for a 1- score. Hope you've enjoyed the action today. TDFL live stream, qualifying final day. Of course, we're back here tomorrow. And so make sure you join the coverage. Dedarang versus Kiwa. And the Bushrangers at this stage will play the winner next week. And they go wide. Caleb Boxall for the Swans. And they move it to the half-back flank. So they'll be happy just to hold possession here in the final turn, the Swannies. And they go lateral. And they come this side on this occasion. Tom Brasher, lively type. Left boot, heads inside. Radley did well to hold his ground, kept his head and took the mark. Surrey was coming at him. Cade at a hot rate. Getting up a little properly, Radley. And now going to come back to him. Umpire wasn't happy with the setup. So what will happen here? He's going to go down to the half-forward flank. High ball contest coming up. Oh, good mark, McGee. Over the top. We'll put that one down as another mark of the day. Just down in front of our commentary position. Good view of this one, Chris Mitchell for Albury MG.
We could nearly touch a footy from here, Lukey. But McGee's been great. Umpire doing this again. I'm not sure why he's bothering, to be honest.
No, I don't know either.
Yeah.
Scotty for the Charcoal Kings probably could have let that one go.
Oh, exactly. I don't know why he was bothering that. He wasn't far off it. But hasn't Kyle McGee done it well at both ends today, boys? A couple of marks in the second half in the forward line and a fit forward entry now.
Yeah, here he goes. Kyle, and that is a thumping kick. It's gone up towards, Cade Surrey was at the back. And then the ball's coming out again to McGee, so he's going to get a second crack at it. Almost a take two here. It's only the umpire to call it back again. Will Love. And now Belchi gets the ball out to Pritchard. I mean, a long one. Well, there's no one back there at the moment. Mason going back. Eddie Cartledge comes through. Hits the footy well. And then, Vandermeer gets the handball off to Van Claveren. So the Swans hold up again. This time Lappin, he's under pressure but gets it back. They push it wide. The mark is taken out there by Hemming. As we go to you again, Freaky, on the MacJack stats. How's our inside 50s looking for the final term, mate?
Yeah, similar to every other quarter with going that end. Beechworth dominating this last term, 7-2, but haven't been able to hit the scoreboard with a major in this term.
Okay, so Caleb Boxall caught one eye there, was clutching his head at one stage. Stevens plays on, thumps it forward. Oh, nice mark, Armstrong. Is he going to be paid?
Surely that's a mark.
I think Armstrong's going to be paid.
No.
Well, they are about to jump the fence here, Chris Mitchell. Beechworth bench down here, not happy at all.
Oh, that's fair enough too. I thought that was a mark.
Freaky, can you lock that door, please?
I am now.
Yeah. Left foot, Belchi, going for his third.
That's it.
That's a ripper. Well, that is another Sunjan goal of the day. So Alessandro picks up a hat-trick, and he's been, more than handy today, Chris Mitchell, for Albury-Wodonga MG.
Been outstanding, Alessandro, and obviously trying to find that left foot every time he gets it. But he's been their leading goal kicker. He's got 3 for today. They've only got 4 for the whole afternoon.
First goal since the second quarter as well, guys. Obviously, we know that Gap Road end has been the more dominant end of scoring in this game.
Scotty Fraser, Alessandro Belchi, gee, he's dangerous around the sticks.
Oh, you got to love that left foot snap, boys. And that umpiring decision there, it was touched off the boot. They called play on when it was touched. So, yeah, the natives were restless, but it was the correct call.
Scotty brought to you by the Charcoal Kings on what's been a great day of TDFL footy here at the Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve. Blocking free kick, it's going to go to Meyer. Got the Cats and the Pies coming up in about half an hour's time. What a game that is going to be. And the Dockers and the Doggies to follow in Perth, swinging around and having a shot. Tom Brasher, and that one's gone to the far side for 1 behind and through for 1 minor score.
Tom Brasher had a really good day for the Swans today, up to 24 disposals on the Magic Shed stat sheet.
Might have to get a neutral perspective. Scotty, maybe you can keep the peace between, Freaky, the Magpie, and myself and Chris over the 2 Cats. From a St Kilda fan, who'll win the game tonight between the Pies and the Cats?
I think the Cats might be a bit too strong, boys.
I'm off your scoot.
Good answer.
Tom Cartledge.
I don't like either side, but anyway.
You didn't have to add that part, Scotty. And then forward. Oh, Pritchard, beautiful, nice. And a good kick from Fendick. That was nice, Chris Mitchell, for Albury-Wodonga MG.
Yeah, unfortunately hasn't happened enough delivery like that. But, great kick from Fendick. Obviously, he finished 3rd in the Barton Medal. Has been had a pretty good day in the midfield for the Bushies. And Pritchard's been pretty lively across half forward. Obviously, marked quite a lot. Hasn't damaged the scoreboard too much, but we're hoping to from this tight angle.
Yeah, Pritchard about to have a shot on goal. So Dylan coming in. Lockhart, Gaps Road end. I'll tell you what, that looks like, has it got the legs? No, just touched on the line and it's gone through for 1 minor score. So 68 plays 32 on the Tallangatta Construction and Maintenance scoreboard. 4th turn brought to you by Waters. And on the Japo Donks time clock, we've almost gone 13 minutes. And it will be the Swannies, the first team through to the TDFL Grand Final this year in season 2022. So we mentioned they haven't won a flag since entering the comp back in 2003. I'll tell you what, they're going to be in the box seat after today, Brad Freak, as we go to you for Mac Jack.
Yeah, it'll also be their first grand final appearance, Luke, since 2006. So a 16-year drought will be broken this year for the Swans. Obviously finished 2nd in 2019, and then obviously, unfortunately, went out in straight sets, and they made amends this year and hoping to go one better.
They're going to be hard to beat from here, Chris Mitchell.
Haven't won the flag since 1998 in the Ovens and King League, boys, so it's been a long drought for Chilton Footy Club.
Yeah, so Ethan Boxall's taken the mark. And he'll have a shot inside 50 to the Sandy Creek Road end, or the southern end of the ground, as the sun starts to come over here. Scotty, what's the latest down there, mate? It's been a pretty quiet last term on the boundary.
Yeah, Scott Meyer's been moved forward, boys. I think that's Luke Brooks just saying, put the queue in the rack and we'll just have a rest for a couple of minutes and look forward to 2 weeks' time. Boys, I guess just a little bit of, not trivia, but if Beechworth can get up next weekend against whoever they play from tomorrow's winner, it'll be the first time in the Tallangatta League that we've had 2 former O&K clubs play off in the grand final.
Yeah,
Well,
so there you go.
Good
Yeah,
luck.
so Dadarang versus Kiwa tomorrow. We've got to mention the winner out of that game will play the Beechworth Bushrangers. Now, Tom Cartledge, under pressure from Lappin. Swannies have it again, though. They're going to thump it straight back in. Look at this for a contest. Or going back was Ethan Boxall. And then Connor Stone gets it out the back. McCarthy, they keep retreating. And then Petts. Brent Ryan just wanted to knock it out. And then Hibberson. Bodie it was over there. Belchi has kicked 3 today. The snap-on goal. The Swannies have got one. And they're on their way to the big dance. So Brooks has kicked it. Ash with a goal here in the final term. And, well, they'll get the week off next week and they can get ready for the big one.
Outstanding forward pressure there, Chris. So just a couple of smothers and a nice snap.
Just didn't let them get out of it, didn't they? And, Brent Ryan has done his best for the Bushies in the defence there, as Cade Surrey and crew as well. But, the forward pressure's been outstanding for Chilton.
Certainly has.
You're right there, Mitch. And for Chilton, I have to sit corrected. I thought they might have been a little bit underdone and not played in the warmth that we've got today and on this ground. There's been no cramps. They've rotated off the bench all day. They're really running on top of the ground like they're ready for 2 weeks' time. Yeah,
they've been outstanding this afternoon. Fendick on to Jacobson. Hand pass got interfered with. And then Kyle Cooper, he's tried his heart out all day for Chilton. And the ball is wrapped up. And we're going to have another stoppage. Scott Fraser, Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak and Luke Francis with you for qualifying final day. And what's been a beauty. Eddie Cartledge going in. Vandermeer tried to bring him down. Belchi with it now and wins the free kick. Jeez, he stood tall for his club, this guy, Alessandro, and then sends it in long. Cade Surrey over the back. Ball at ground level. Lappin goes in. He's wrapped up by Braden Carey. And again, we'll have another stop in play. And Braden Surrey coming back onto the ground. Jacobson taking a break for the Bushrangers. Here we go again. Chapo Donk's time clock has nearly gone 17 minutes in the final term. Last one brought to you by Waters. Thank you to all of our sponsors today. Just fantastic for the TDFL to have them on for our live stream. And then Mowsum did well against Ethan Boxall. Mowsum, nice kick. On to Jack Ryan and the headband. And Jack will come out wide to Brent Surrey. So that's good play. Over the top to Armstrong.
Probably could afford to take a few risks here, couldn't they, Beechworth? Nothing to lose.
Why not? And then Will Love dropped what seemed to be a pretty simple mark through his mitts. Brad Hibberson. Swans go forward again. Connor Stone's back there waiting under it though. And he takes the mark. Freaky, let's grab the outstanding stat for the last term here for Mac Jack.
Yeah, it'd be Campbell Fendeck. He's up to 8 disposals in this last term as well. Alessandro Belchi's been everywhere, but we haven't been keeping his stats today. Tom Brash has had 5 as well in this last term.
Belchi spears one in. Pritchard over his head. Caleb Boxall marked him heavily. Van Claveren out wide to Hemming. So Mitchell with the ball, and he wants to go down the line, out in front of Doolan. Gee, that was a nice kick. Fisted away, though, by Petts. And Swannies win it back again on centre wing, and they want to drive it down the line to the half-forward flank. Reece Ritchie up against Connor Stone. Ritchie did well. One way, back the other, then he lost it. And coming away with it was Connor Stone.
Been good today.
He has. Nice athletic type. Jack Ryan with the peel. Short one to Belchi. 75 plays 33. Swannies home. And we'll play in the big one for this year. Bouncing ball. Braden Surrey. And now Tom Cartledge running onto it. Straightens up, straight through. Yep. That's a goal. Gets through. He's had a good game today. No doubt about that. As we go to you, Freaky, on the Mac Jack stats.
Yeah, Tom Cartledge been outstanding, kicking his first goal for the game there, but he's also had the 28 disposals for the Bushrangers today. Kept fighting really, really hard for them. He's now up to 17 disposals in the second half alone. So when the game started getting a little bit more out of reach of him, he's the one that stood up and kept fighting on for the Bushrangers.
Yeah, great work there, Freaky. Also good work in the middle of the ground there by Belchi. He's been one of their better players, obviously. Kicked 3 as well. Cade Surrey's just come off for a well-earned break. He's also been outstanding for the Bushies.
Yep, 75 plays 39 on the TCM Tallangatta Construction and Maintenance scoreboard. Chapo Donk's time clock has gone about 19.5. Last time brought to you by Waters. So important for the Bushrangers to play this last term out. Scotty Fraser for the Charcoal Kings because they've got a game next week.
Exactly, boys, and that's Cade Surrey. You just you put the good vehicles back in the garage at this time of the day and just get him ready. They're going to need him next week against either Kiwa or Dettering Mount Beauty.
Belchi, and then look at that for delivery to Brent Surrey. He's got a spearing left foot on him, Alessandro. Fendick, good player, this guy.
Third in the Barton medal.
And on to Brent Surrey, Scotty, and then up towards half forward. Stevens took the mark, turns around, wastes no time. Look at that for a kick. Jeez, that one's a sailing ball. Yeah, that one's missed to the near side. Gee, I'd like a $1 for every point that's come this side today, Chris Mitchell, for all Wodonga MG. Hey?
Well, there's been about 15 of them.
Yeah.
It's been the scoring end without a doubt. 14 goals to 1, really, if you're looking at the scoring.
Freaky.
Yeah, 10 inside 50s for Beechworth, so it just continues that trend as we keep touching on the going that end. But the third quarter by Chilton is where this game was broken out and just being too dominant since then and just being able to hold that nice 35-point lead as they have now.
Cole Cooper, short one. Swans half-back flank, outer side, left of centre wing. And we've almost gone 21 now on the Japo Donks time clock. High ball. Let's see who can get their hands on this pill. Brent Surrey over his head to Brent Ryan, and they want to work it out the back of the contest to Pets. He tries to find Jack Ryan. He got his headband ripped off on that occasion. And Will Love. And then Swannies finally get it away. Pets is back there sitting under it and takes the mark. We'll go to you, Chriso. We might get some around the ground scores. There's some beauties being played this afternoon.
Yeah, absolute thriller in the qualifying final to earn a shot at Wangaratta next week in the O&M. It is Yarrawonga leading by 3 points against Albury, 6-12-48 to 6-9-45.
Wow. Yeah, that is unreal. We'll get a Hume League score through for you too very shortly. What a time of year, Brad Freak.
Oh, we've missed it, haven't we, Lukey? Been 3 years, country footy, obviously we've seen the AFL, but the local supporters for these small communities like Chilton that have been waiting for this for a long time, just not to make the grand final, but just to get back out here at Sandy Creek, they're loving it.
Go back to now to Chris O for the Hume League score.
Yeah, just quickly in the semi-final between Osborne and Holbrook, it is 1 point the difference. Osborne 8-2-50 to Holbrook 7-7-49.
Ethan Boxer with a quick snap on goal. He's got it. So that is 3 for Ethan. And the Swannies, well, they just continue to march on. It's been a great win, impressive by them this afternoon as we go back down to Scott Fraser for the Charcoal Kings.
Boys, the rotations keep coming for Chilton, but looks like Beechworth have just they'll probably just finish off the game with who's on the ground. Obviously down to 2 on the bench for both sides, but there's some tired bodies coming off for a rest. Mark Doolan's just come to the bench, and a big pat on the back by Coach Luke Brooks. They've got one more tick to go on that magnet board in 2 weeks' time.
That's it. Yeah, as you said, Scotty. So Mark Doolan being put on ice. Here's Fendick breaking away from the middle. Nice. Or over the top of Stevens' head and ends up with Dylan Pritchard. So very nice play there. We have. Yeah, that was good. So, well, he's had a couple from here. Dylan, I wonder what will happen on this occasion. We've almost gone 23 and a half here on the Japo Donks time clock. Final turn brought to you by Waters. Let's see if Dylan can steer this one through. And that one's coming back nicely, is it? Nah, just to the other side. And that one's bounced through for a minor score. As we said, grand final day, September 17, right here at this very venue. What a beauty it is. Atmosphere so good. Footy finals, Spring Carnival coming up very shortly. Group racing in both Sydney and Melbourne today. Just fantastic. As the Swans try to get it to Curtis. And there it is. The Chilton Swans are prevailed in impressive fashion this afternoon at the Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve, and they advance to the big dance in 2022. They now sit in the prime spot to take out this year's TDFL flag. Well done to them. The Bushrangers, well, it just wasn't their day this afternoon, but they do live on. The final score, it was the Chilton Swans 11-15-81 to Beechworth 5-11-41 on the TCM Tallangatta Construction and Maintenance scoreboard. Chris Mitchell for Albury Wodonga MG. The Swannies simply too good.
Comprehensive in the second half, weren't they, Lukey? And obviously a 40-point win, first team into the grand final. It's not all doom and gloom for Beechworth. They'll play the winner of tomorrow's clash between Kiwa or Dedarang. Obviously earned the double chance, but Chilton going to be hard for the flag. They get another rest now. Get those big guns in the garage, as Scoot Fraser let us know. But yeah, they look primed to end their premiership drought.
Scotty Fraser, down to you for the Charcoal Kings. Gee, they're going to be hard to beat now, Scotty.
They certainly are, boys. Yeah, they're tired, but I just congratulated Luke Brooks, and he said they pulled the trigger with Chris Anderson today. He's popped the shoulder again, and it probably looks like he'll miss out in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah.
I might just grab our Wodonga Tyre Power Player of the Day, boys.
For sure.
Do you
Absolutely.
agree with me with the dirty jumper, Kyle Cooper?
Yes.
He was pretty good.
He was good.
Yeah, he
I
was.
might just try and grab him.
Might have to ask him about that jumper too, Scotty, for the Charcoal Kings, and see what the story is.
I've got him with us, boys. The Wodonga Tyre Power Player of the Day, and we're thinking that maybe Wodonga Tyre Power might be able to give him a bottle of White King or something like that to get his jumper a bit clean for 2 weeks' time. Great game, mate.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Playing your role, obviously, Brooksy, being the local, getting all you local lads up and about. Looking forward for 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, mate. Keen as hell to get out there. I think we got the group to do it, and we've worked hard all year, and the rewards are paying off in finals.
Certainly is, and blokes like Dools and the experience of Scotty Meyer just brings you blokes along. Unfortunately, Chris O'Anderson there popped his shoulder, probably won't play in a couple of weeks' time, but you've got some good youngsters as well. Ethan Deary could be one that come up and play.
Yeah, we got a great bunch of young blokes. The Chews went to the grand final today. We got plenty of options, 50 blokes to train on Thursday night. We got options through the roof.
There'll be lots of red and white here in a couple of weeks' time. Congratulations, Kyle, our Wodonga Tyre Power Player of the Day. Good luck in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, well done, Scotty. There he was. He was fantastic today. There's no doubt about that. Kyle Cooper, Chris Mitchell for Albury Wodonga MG. He was everywhere.
He was everywhere. Really exciting young player, isn't he? He's going to hold a big key to them breaking their drought as well. I'll spit those words out eventually.
His leg speed today, especially in that first half, was outstanding. When the game needed to be won, he really stood up. Him and Tom Brasher were one of the better players across the game for Chilton as well. But, I mean, when you watch the Swans play, first time I've watched them play live, there's a number of people that you could have picked.
Yeah.
They're just so well drilled, fought the game out really well, managed the game really well too, especially in that last quarter, just taking some sting out of the game, taking a bit of time off the clock and not letting Beechworth get that little bit of hope to try and come back into it.
Absolutely. Rightio, Freaky. Let's get a full comprehensive, well, we will shortly, stats rundown from you. We're about to head down, though, for the song very shortly.
Yep, just saw Scoot making his way in there.
Yeah, so...
we're about to go.
Rightio, this will be good. Here we go. Let's go down now. Yeah, there you have it. Well done, Scotty Fraser. So getting into the Chilton rooms and taking the club song. So what a win it was. And as we said, well, they're going to be hard to beat now. Of course, we've got a game back here tomorrow. That's between Dedarang and Kiwa. The winner of that to play Beechworth for the other spot in the granny. Rightio, Freaky, we'll go to you. We'll get a final wrap-up on the Matt Jack stat sheet. What have you got for us, mate?
Yeah, on the stat sheet today, the inside 50s were really the to and froing of the game. It ended up being 45 to 34 in favour of Chilton, but depending on who was going towards the gap end, really got the favour. And in that last quarter, it was pretty even in favour of Beechworth, 10 to 8 in that last term as well. But probably a lot of the natives, Beechworth fans in front of us, were a bit upset with some of the umpiring today. I had a very large disparity in favour of Chilton today.
Yeah.
So
what was this?
On my book, I may have missed a few, but I ended up having a 24 to 4.
24 to 4
in favour of Chilton.
Yeah.
So you could understand why some of the Beechworth supporters in front of us felt like they probably weren't getting the rub of the green today. But I think regardless of that, I think that Chilton were the much better side anyway and deserved to win this game. But you can understand some frustration coming from the supporters below us at times. Also, the hit-outs as well. Scotty Meyer was really dominant in the ruck. He had 30 hit-outs, or the combination of him and Kyle McGee as well, which I thought Kyle McGee was one of the better players on the ground for Chilton too. Had 30 to 10. If we have a look at the player stats, if we start with Chilton, Tom Brasher was outstanding, 26 disposals and kicked the goal as well. And Kyle Cooper, especially in the first half when the game needed to be won, he was probably the best player on the ground as well. Ended up with 18 disposals for the game. If we have a look at the Beechworth side of things, Tom Cutledge and Campbell Fendick didn't stop trying. Tom Cutledge ended up with 28 disposals, which was the leading disposal getter on the Mad Jack Sheds stats board, and Campbell Fendick ended up with 19 as well.
Yeah, and the post-game show brought to you by Lewis Dixon Homes, great sponsors of the TDFL finals on the live stream. Scotty, we'll get a final word from you for the Charcoal Kings this afternoon. Your thoughts on today's contest and going forward for both teams, the Swannies and the Bushrangers.
Interesting you said that Scotty Meyer was dominant in the ruck. I actually don't think we saw the best yet. So in 2 weeks' time, you guys might see an even better, more dominant display of ruck work, because I don't think he covered a lot of ground today. Look, he may have been a little bit off. Willem Love ran him around a fair bit, but in 2 weeks' time, a dominant ruckman like that, and the Chilton boys. And like I said, I had to eat my words that Chilton may not have been. Might have needed the run today, but they certainly didn't run out of puff. And as I said out there to Kyle Cooper, they've got some, because their reserves are in as well, they've got a lot to choose from. There's going to be some headaches in a couple of weeks' time, and they've got some great young players. Obviously, if Chris Anderson can't play with that pop shoulder, young bloke Ethan Deary came runner-up in the under-17s in the league best and fairest. He's an absolute ball getter, and he could be that little live wire that gets a chance in the grand final in a couple of weeks. Yeah. Now, Beechworth. I went into the rooms there, obviously very quiet. But Tom Cartledge was quite despondent, but his words were, it was just a swing and a miss today, boys. A lot of golf analogies coming out. Who was there, One Wood? Brooksy's talking about One Woods and all that sort of stuff, and a swing and a miss from Beechworth. Unfortunately, Joel Middleton gone. He won't play again. Their bench have just told me. So
do they know what might be wrong with him?
They've just said knee. There's, hopefully it's nothing too bad. Because certainly if they can get up and about next week and get back into the grand final, he's going to miss out. The post-game brought to you by Lewis Dixon Homes. Now, what happens tomorrow between Dedarang and Kiwa? What are your thoughts there? From a league perspective, I hope it's really close. I just think Kiwa will be a little bit too classy for Dedarang. Yeah. They've just got winners all across the park. There's some absolute elite players for Dedarang, Mount Beauty and Elliot Powell and Geordie Harrington, and they've got some good forwards, big tall forwards, Nick Hines, and look, they'll put up a fight, but I think Kiwa might be just too strong for them. Got plenty of A-graders, don't they, Kiwa? And they'll obviously get if they get through next week against Dedarang, they'll get another shot at Beechworth in a prelim final. That's right, and they've got Dylan Blazek comes back in tomorrow for Scotty Bartell, who did his hamstring last week. But hopefully it's a good game tomorrow. Hopefully get another fantastic crowd and people watching on the live stream. Absolutely. So we'll just repeat the final score here from Sandy Creek Recreational Reserve this afternoon. It was the Chilton Swans. So they're heading towards their first flag in this very competition this year. They won 11-15-81 to Beechworth's 5-11-49.
41. We hope you've enjoyed the action on the TDFL live stream this afternoon. Brad Freak has been brought to you by Mad Jack. On the stat sheet today, Chris Mitchell for Albury Wodonga MG, Scott Scooter Fraser for the Charcoal Kings. And that wraps up the action. Freaky, thank you, mate.
Thank you. Well
Great
done,
as always.
Yep.
Scotty, well done.
Thanks, guys. Great to have you out here, and I won't be late tomorrow.
Good on you, mate. That's right. Don't forget to join in the live stream tomorrow. Chris Mitchell, well done, mate. Fantastic.
Great job, guys.
And that's it. We hope you we enjoyed today's action. Hope you enjoy the Cats and the Maggies tonight, as well as the Dockers and the Bulldogs. It's goodbye for now.
Cadmac, the name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona love steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region. And they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steel work to structural steel work. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all, from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chilton Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Dallinger Road, Lavington.
Drag it, drop it, crop it, play it, write it, space it, and erase it. Drag
Need a computer that won't crash? Need your Wi-Fi turbocharged? Need better data backup? Whatever you need your computer to do, Wangaratta Computers will help you do it better. Because that's what we do best. And we can do it in-store or at your home. So get your tech working better at wangarattacomputers.com.au.
Play it, write it, space it, and erase it.
The team at DTD Engineering in Thurgoona love steel fabrication. They do it every day for businesses all across the border region. And they'll do it for you too. You name it, they fabricate it. From stainless and mild steel work to structural steel work. Difficult fabrication and installation projects, they love those too. And DTD does it all, from quote to paint to deliver. DTD Engineering Thurgoona and dtdeng.com.au. Proud sponsors of the Chilton Swans Football Club.
The moment you step inside Build Pro Lavington, you'll feel it. 100% unadulterated customer love. It's how they do things at Build Pro. From their service to their stock, you'll love their range of Austral bricks. Austral's been making bricks for over 100 years, and Build Pro are the only local distributor. So for customer love and the best range of bricks and pavers, see Build Pro.
Way to go, Build Pro.
Dallinger Road, Lavington.
Cadmac, the name you know and trust. Your exclusive supplier for New Holland, K-Line Agriculture Equipment, JCB and Macdon. Whatever you need, talk to the team. Cadmac, leaders in machinery and service. Hammond Avenue, Wagga Wagga and McCoy Street, Wodonga.